trying to get everything set up and moving and going and everything else. Yeah. Oh, this damn thing acting stupid again. Hold up. Give me a minute, y'all, because now the program is acting dumb. So we're going to be right back as soon as it logs the hell off and comes back up. But yeah, we live, Hard Body Radio Live is right there. Baltimore Paparazzi YouTube channel is right here. And we're going to get ready to get back on the radio just a minute. This program always acts stupid with me. I don't know why. It doesn't like me. I don't know. Close the program. Just close the damn thing. Every time I switch from the sound card to the actual app, it acts dumb. So, come on. Something told me to reboot the whole system when I got here today. Yeah, it's a rainy day. I was playing wet t-shirt contest when I was coming in. Because I had to park across the street. And, yeah. See, this thing's going to make me do the hard shit here. Alright, now we're going to go do this and pull it back up. Yeah, I should have just went ahead and rebooted every damn thing. I did it again. What the hell is going on with this program? I apologize, y'all. This thing is acting really crazy today. Let's try this again, but let's do it this way. Boom, boom. There we go. Now we back on air. In the spotlight, your girl Lisa the Baltimore Paparazzi. Sorry about that. You know, the program be acting stupid sometimes with me. This week, I got a gentleman by the name of Gusto Grove.
Yeah.
We crossed paths a couple years ago, and I don't know if it was in your song or no, it was because you had a shirt on. It had said something about Zone 16. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Because, you know, I lived in Poplar Grove from 2003 until 2009. Yeah. Winchester and Poplar Grove. I was the ringtone lady. Back when everybody's getting ringtones on their Booster Nextels.
Y'all hear that?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Right. So every time somebody would say something about, you know, 16 or Poplar Grove, I'd be like, what? Huh? What's that? Because, you know, I was the only white face up there for, like, ever. I went back around there a few years after I moved, and there was a whole bunch of white people walking around there.
Yeah.
I was like, you bunch of fiends. But anyway.
Know.
So, yeah. So, like, this is not an interview. I do ask questions, but it's more of a conversation. That way you get to learn more about people. And I just have a good time doing this. I mean, it's just, it's fun. Like, kid around cut up. He got some little drinks right here that little concoctions and all that he puts together. They look kind of good. Probably quench your thirst.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Get you fucked up at the same time.
Get you right.
Right. So, what I always like, cause like the name Gusto Grove. Where did that come from? And is that like your first rap name or?
Nah. My rap name always been Gus. That's my nickname. I ain't really had, I mean, I had Hell's Angel was one of my rap names. And I was in a group and we was named Hell's Angels. But other than that, Gusto. Like it actually started out as my nickname. And people just called me Gus, but everybody kept calling me MC Gusto, and I hated that shit. Like, yo, stop playing with me. Like, I ain't know. Like, if I'm MC Gusto, I'm from Gusto, I'm more like Charlie Murphy character. Like, I ain't like no damn Chris Rock. But, yeah, I just Gusto. So I was like, you know what? let me add something else to that so it can stop being just Gusto. And stop saying MC Gusto. So I just used Grove. Coming from Poplar Grove for real.
Right.
Zone 16.
Right. So you up from which part of Poplar Grove you from?
Belmont.
Oh, yeah, because the boys that was down where I lived at was beefing with the dudes up in Belmont at one point in time. I'm children. But yeah, so you was just right down the street from me when I was there. But so what's funny to me is when I was living there, like I didn't come into the music scene until 2006. So I don't know where I thought people came from, like artists came from. I knew nothing about a local scene, nothing about any of that. And what's funny is one of the little youngins that used to come and get, he used to come and get ringtones from me. He also used to get instrumental CDs from me. And everybody used to come get, you know, when Gucci Mane would come out with a new mixtape. Miss Lisa, can you get, and you know, so I mean, I was making about $400 or $500 a month just doing that kind of stuff. But the little youngin used to come and get ringtones and instrumentals from me when I used to have an In the Spotlight showcase show at Five Seasons.
Okay.
He hit me up about doing the show. I didn't know who he was because I didn't know none of them little youngins. My kids knew them. Right. And they would, you know, come and get ringtones. I knew phones. I didn't know people. I was going to say, you use this little clip up there. I don't know if it'll, yeah. No, like this. See how this is? Just put it in between. Well, no, you can just leave it like that. But open it up and then put the phone in between the, nah. Here we go.
Oh, shit. All right, I got you.
I got it. All right, we'll get you. Yeah. A lot of people do that.
Come on, make sure people get you up in there. Shit.
Yeah. So I had this guy hit me up talking about he wanted to do the show. Him and his partner wanted to do the show. I was like, all right, cool. He said, well, can you meet me in Mount Dorman at Burger King? Right. As soon as I walked in, he looked at me and said, did you used to do ringtones up on Poplar Grove? So that made me feel proud that, you know, these kids were, because I used to tell them all the time, you need to support your local artists. Yeah. So, definitely. You know, because at that time, Ricky Mayfield, he had a few songs, and I was making them in the ringtones. The kids was coming up and getting his ringtone, but he was, you know, local. Yeah. You know, he was from the way. So I don't know where I thought local artists came from.
Said Ricky Mayfield. Mm-hmm. Is that Monjon? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my man. Shout out Monjon. That's my man. That's when you said it, I'm like, that name sounds so fucking familiar.
I always called him Mayfield. Yeah. That's what I know. They
used to call him that, but yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But and J Rip.
J Rip, yeah. Yeah. Fuck with J Rip.
J Rip, he came to my house one day. And that was before I knew anything about the music scene. This was just like who was it? Shay Black. Sick Nick, yeah, all of them. I knew their music because Mayfield was bringing me the music because he wanted me to make ringtones for his phone. Yeah. So I'm hearing this music from these kids to me around the way, and I was like, hey. And I kept telling everybody because everybody come to me getting Lil Wayne and Boosie and Webby all the time. And I'm like, yo, you need to listen to some of your local artists. Yeah. You need to support them. And the only local artist that they all knew was what they heard on the radio.
Yeah, as always.
You know, so, and they thought they were whack. So, so how did you, like, when did you decide that, you know, this was something that you wanted to pursue, you know?
In high school, I used to rap in high school. Mm-hmm. I mean, I ain't really take that shit serious in high school. Right. It was just like, playground shit, like niggas used to battle or whatever, and like I really started taking it serious after my brother got killed for real. After that, that's when my cousin Q, rest in peace Q, you already know what it is. After he died, my man Israel came to me and was like, yo, your cousin always said, yo, you had talent, and if something ever happened to him, to holler at you or whatever. So he can't holler at me. I did a song with him, and he was just feeling me from there.
Right.
So like a few months later, he hit me up, and we hooked up at on Pressline, Papa Road and Pressline at Frida House, and we had a studio. We had a studio down there, so that's when we put everything together. 2006 for real.
Right.
2006. That's when I started at Zone 16. Actually, I was doing that name since like 2005 for real.
Right.
But I ain't know nothing about the business or like copywriting, but I always used to yell Zone 16.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's where our group came from, and that's where it started kind of blooming for real within that neighborhood. Like,
right.
But we didn't know what to do with it or what we had.
Because you had no real guidance on you know, on anything. You all were just kind of like rapping, but you didn't know the business side.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So we was getting shows, like people, like we used to do birthday parties, little camps, anything that anybody was like, hey, I know some dudes that'll come through and actually perform. And we go perform and kill a hood. Like, and that's how it started, like just getting for real.
Right.
And then like just start hearing people like, yo, I think you should keep doing it.
Right.
Like, don't stop. You should keep doing it. I think you nice for real. I was like, all right, I'm gonna keep doing it, but there's other shit going on in life for real, but I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, because I mean, at that point, like, because how old were you around that time?
I was about like,
because you said you was
04, I was like 19.
Okay, so you were a quote unquote adult, so you had, you know, responsibilities, you had bills, and guess what? Rapping really wasn't probably paying in your bills. No, but you know, and that's why I like to ask people all the time, because a lot of people will come and like I've asked people like, when did you start? And they'll be like, oh, I was starting in middle school and was beating on a table and we was just rapping and whatnot, and you know, and you know, like I like to find out where people, what possessed them to, you know, like, because like you said, you was doing it, but you wasn't taking it real serious.
No, I wasn't. Like my mother, like I come from two musically background people. My mother used to play the drums for Western.
Oh, okay.
Like, marching and a marching band, and my father used to DJ. Like, he taught a few people who know how to DJ.
Right.
Recipe Vicious V for real. Like, yeah, like that's my man for real. And,
right.
You know,
so
like my father and him kind of was.
Right. So he's to me, DJs like Vicious V, because I was blessed enough to know the man and be around the man and see all sides of him. and to me, people that's a real DJ.
Yeah.
I'm talking vinyl.
Yeah.
You know, I watched Vicious V strip while DJing, like take the shirt off and be on the table. So, and you know, and it's crazy. I mean, so when you started rapping, were they supportive of what you were doing when you started to take it serious?
My father was dead. My father died when I was 12. So
okay, well,
and then I in jail. So, but no, not really. Like nobody was really. Some people were supportive of some stuff, like they come through. But like it wasn't when it comes to getting that money, ain't nobody there.
Right.
Nobody there. Nobody believe in your dream when it comes to money.
Right, because it's like I asked because I have had people in here who like their mothers invested in equipment for them and you know to help them do that.
Yeah, my mother bought me a keyboard and shit and stuff like that to help me go like start like building my craft and stuff like that. But like as far as real money because we had other shit to do. Right. Life was going on.
Right. But you know, because like a lot of people, they look at it as almost like a hobby. Because you know, it's almost like having that you have that son who's good at basketball, but you never really think that he's good. He's really, really good, but he ain't gonna make it to the NBA.
Right.
He might do something in college, but you know, but you don't try to discourage him, but you really don't you know, and it's like with rap, like, you know, people like at that time, you know, it was like all in who you knew and what money you could throw behind a person. So, you know, people were like, well, you need to get a real job or you need to do something else. Like, this is a good hobby, but this is not going to get you nowhere. Right.
Real life
right. So, you know, like I said, I think it's, you know, it all depends on, you know, I mean, because at any given point, you could have just gave up.
Oh,
And here it is, 2018.
Yeah, and I've turned my back plenty of times on it, to be honest. Like, I gave up a lot because it was just like, it's not helping. Like, wasn't nothing moving, nothing going on, nothing pushing. Nobody, you looking at people, like, people you talk to every day don't even help you with shit. So it's like, but it's like, you know what, nah. I know my music good.
Right.
I know I'm not going to like, I can't think of the phrase right now or whatever, but you know, like pull my own chain or whatever. But I know my shit, alright. But I'm not going to stop. That was the thing. Like, I'm not going to stop because of anything. Yeah, I'm getting up there in the age. I'm up there in the age, but I ain't going to stop. Because I kind of got new flavors. Like, I'm not stuck in a certain genre or anything like that. Like how some people are. Whatever wrong with it is.
Yeah, and and it's like, okay, you're talking about back in like 2006, you know, 2007, even 2000 to 2008, where it was harder to get your music out there. Yeah, we had the internet, but and that's why I have to try to like get the younger generation to understand is back then, like, to get your video, if you shot a video,
right.
To get it on YouTube, it was hard to get it on YouTube because it took too damn long for it to upload. Because you got dial-up service, or if you did have, you know, any kind of other internet service, still the file was too big to handle the network and everything. Back in 2006, that was MySpace, where you could only have 4 songs on a player.
Right.
And then you had to decide which song was going to come off to put a new song up. Right. And like, they don't have that. They don't understand that there was no iTunes, there was no Google Play, there was no streaming services. It was, and when iTunes and all did come about, you had to pay money, not just a couple dollars. You had to pay money to put your music out there and for people to listen to it. So now all you gotta do is, if you're for real, SoundCloud, free uploads. You can put your videos all on YouTube. Your music can get out there. So, but back then, when you was, like I said, and if nobody was giving you that information,
nobody was
trying to share that information.
It was crazy, like how you said you had in the Spotlight Showcase now
5 seasons.
5 seasons, right? And we was only recording 3 blocks away from, you feel me, where you live, where you was at, and I ain't have no knowledge of this.
Well, see, I did my showcases in 2000.
I didn't have no knowledge about 5 seasons, like us with shows back then, like shows as far as that, we didn't really get, it was always like somebody's birthday party, or somebody might have seen us and threw a show or came through, might have been a community thing. Because the first time we performed was actually 92Q. Pressman, the dudes up Brighton and Elamont, they throw like a little 4th of July joint, and 92Q came up there, and Vicious V was up there DJing. We actually got to perform with Mully Man and a few other people.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's when Mully Man was like, man, for real, like hot.
Right.
And we got to perform, and it was like, that's when it blew, like we blew up right there. But then it was just like, after that, we ain't no shit.
Yeah, because when I came in scene in 2006. I didn't go to my first show until 2008. And that was over a turntable club over East Baltimore. And I didn't know anything about anything. But like, I was starting to learn who people were. In 2008, I came to my very first show and got to see some of these people. And so I didn't start throwing my showcases until 2012 at 5 Seasons.
Oh,
so by this time, this 4 years, so I've been to different places, different venues, and seen a lot of different faces. And what's crazy is, like you said, you live right down the block.
Right.
You live right down the street. I didn't know. I just met you just a couple years ago.
Right.
On the, what was it? I think it was at 5 Seasons you did a show.
Yeah, I think I met you at, it was at 5 Seasons, showcase. I think, what's your name? I can't even think of that man's name. His name Gary White on Facebook.
Oh, you talking about G Major?
Yeah. I think, was it his show?
I don't.
Because I think 2 shows down there I remember seeing you at. I remember going to, it was one of his shows, and it was another show I did for real. Wasn't that many people in there like that.
Yeah.
So for real.
But see, and it's like I said, that's why I tell people all the time, like, I have pet peeves when it comes to certain things. I can't stand when somebody says, oh, everybody knows me. No, I don't know you. So you cannot say that everybody knows you.
Right.
Baltimore is so big and it's so small at the same time. We know a lot of the same people from the neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it took us years to even know who, usually when I say I'm a ringtone lady on Popular Group, people are like, oh yeah, I remember, they may have never came out and got ringtones from me, but they know the corner house.
Right.
So.
But my niggas probably know who you is. I just don't. I'll be.
Right.
Man, so many people tell me I didn't heard your name probably a lot of times. Ringtone lady, I didn't probably gave somebody my phone. He probably took it around me. I just don't.
Right. But it's that's why I say, like, people will be like, oh yeah, everybody knows me, everybody know my music, and I'm like, I don't.
Right.
And I was more into the scene the past few years than I have. Past couple years, I have kind of been out of the loop, but I still pay attention to things like the show Comp did down at 2 O'Clock Club.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't very many people in there,
right.
And there was a few people in there that I didn't know. So I was paying attention to their performances, because that's, for me, like, you could give me a song, be like, yo, this is a song will be hot, but then when you get up on stage, and I'm like, okay, you just gonna stand there?
Right.
It's a lot of different levels for me when it comes to music.
Yeah. And
that's one of them. One of them is if you don't command people to pay attention to you on that stage, what are you doing it for?
Right.
So, I'm always paying attention to new faces. Sometimes they get on stage and I'm disappointed with them at the first time I see them. And then when the next time I see them on stage, somebody's gonna talk to them, work with them, and it's cool. But a message just threw me. Somebody messaged me in my inbox.
Guap. What it is, guap.
So, like I said, we've seen each other in the past few years a few times. We just don't run in the same circles.
Right.
Even though we do run in the same circles, because we know a lot of the same people. Because who were you on stage with? Meech?
Meech, yeah.
I just met him within the past couple years because
Free Meech.
Because of Spence.
My nigga Meech, yeah. The coalition. That's the coalition. Meech, Spence, Meech, and Big Top. We the coalition.
And Spence, I know Spence from Pit Fights.
Yeah.
Originally from Pit Fights. And then, we've progressed over the years. But, that's why I said we know a lot of the same people. We same circles. But that's how big Baltimore is. Because we didn't cross paths until a few years ago. So you said that nobody was helping, nobody was giving y'all any information on the business side of everything. So what was the turning point on that situation? Like,
shit folded, to be honest. Like, I was in a group, and it was just like we wasn't doing nothing with the music. Like, we making music. Like, we was actually making original music.
Right.
I was making beats. My man was making beats. My other homeboy was I was learning how to make beats, but I was getting nicer. So it was like, all right. And it's just like folded. It was like one of my mans got locked up. Then it was like, what is we doing? We dropped the CD. Niggas ain't really push it. Like, I take blame for that too, but there's other factors in it that took it to another level that way it shouldn't have been that where we should have been on. So then it just became that a lot of people just kept telling me, yo, do your own thing. Stop fucking with these niggas and do your own thing.
What I found is a lot of times when you're in a group, there could be like 4 people in the group. And 2 of y'all are really, you're doing it, you're pushing, you're doing it, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this. The other 2 kind of just like riding on y'all's coattails. And then at some point in time, the 2 people that are actually doing things, they see that the other 2 not really doing much, so they kind of like back up. These 2, they kind of get a little kick in their ass, and they start doing. But by that time, the other 2 is like, man, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
So it's hard when you're not all on the same page. And like I said, like even there could be 3 of y'all that are doing things, but that one person just brings everybody else down. So sometimes you do have to back off of a group thing.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, I've seen it with groups before.
I done been in so many groups. Like, let me tell you, I done been in so many groups, and it's sad. Like, but the way, like, other than Zone 16 for real, like, we really went hard with it. We did. I put in years with that for real. But
so who was all? Who?
Zone 16, it was under Real Hard ENT. That's my man Israel. It was me, Israel, my man Young Gil. It was Spray, my man Chop, T-Med. It was like a lot of people. Like, we was up on Pressman and Papa Bro.
Right.
Whoever was coming through, if you was like, yo, I could rap and it was heard you spit something, they put you on our song, like the song, and that's how it was. Like, we didn't really care. Like, it was just music, but we was putting, you couldn't half-ass, you couldn't be bullshit on.
Right.
Like, if you bullshit, you're not getting on. Like, that's just how we did. But it was just a core for me, Gil, Israel, and Spray at first. Then my man Mozzie stepped in, kind of took charge. My man was locked up, Gil, so we dropped a mixtape. Niggas ain't push it. So it was like, all right. Then a few years later, kind of got back. I dropped a mixtape with 2 of my little homeboys. They didn't. One of them kind of helped push it. The other one kind of didn't. It just went on deaf ears. And then the mix was bullshit. Well, I ain't gonna say it was bullshit, but it wasn't what we needed for real.
Right.
And we ain't know what we was doing. But the person who did it actually helped us by giving us knowledge for real. And that was the main thing to me. Right. Was like, cause I'm coming from nothing, of not knowing anything, but you telling me, giving me a little knowledge, even though I'm paying you to record me, but still, like, you telling me something, you giving me something that I can go off of.
See, and that's one thing. It's like, I've talked to, cause I know I've been in a lot of different studios over the years, and like my one homeboy, he's got a studio. And if you were to go, like if you're paying and you go in there and record, he's not gonna let you leave there with bullshit.
Yeah.
He gonna lay down something. He gonna be like, nah, do that verse over. He don't, like, it's not just like, he's just not getting paid to do this. Exactly. His name is on there because that's his studio.
I love people like that.
You know what I mean? Because I've seen it time and time again. My ex, he's a rapper, and he let me listen to this song. He went to this studio, and it's the guy whose song it was his studio. Okay. So the boy's verse was perfect. Like, it sounded so great. I was like, damn, that sounds nice as shit. Then when my ex came on, his verse came on, I'm like, yo, did he like do anything to your verse?
Did he mix your verse or anything?
It sounded completely, totally different.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I mean? So I've seen people do that.
That's why I stopped spending money with you niggas. A lot of you niggas. That's why I stopped spending money with them. Like, straight up. Like, I don't like, to be honest, like, sometimes, like, niggas, I got kids. I take care of my kids. by myself. I mean, shout out my girlfriend. She been there for a few, but you feel me? Like, I've been taking care of my kids by myself. So when it comes to money and music, it's kind of like, yo, like, I gotta do this. So when a nigga be like, yo, when a person be like, yo, I charge this much, like, I know your shit fire, but I just ain't got it right. You feel me? So I ain't gonna come at you talking no try, you feel me, no deal and no try. Nah, I know your worth. I'm not even gonna try that. So I'm gonna go to who I need to go to that's good where I go at until I get where I get. You feel me? So so that's how some shit be happening, because there's a lot of people out here to talk shit for real, for no fucking reason. Like, you don't even understand niggas' circumstances, but your niggas talk shit. Like, fuck these other niggas. Like, look at the people who's putting on for real. Stop looking at the fugaziness. It's too much fake phony shit out here, man.
Oh my goodness, we were just talking about that before you got here. We was just talking about that. I was talking about I was talking about the fake and phoniness amongst people, because I told Skip, I was like, if he sat here and told me some shit about 3D, be like, yo, I can't stand him, this, that, and the third. And as soon as 3D walked in the door, yo, bro, what's up? Yo, I can't do that. That's not in me. Like, I'm not from Baltimore, but when I moved to Baltimore, I moved straight to Poplar Grove. Right. And I was there for almost 7 years. So I don't do all that fake and phony shit. Yeah. I can't do that. Right. If I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. We could be in the same space, but I ain't gotta talk to you. You ain't gotta talk to me. I ain't gotta say shit. Nobody has to say nothing. Just keep it moving. But you know, I've seen it in this music business. It's crazy. It's like worse than a fucking soap opera sometimes.
It's phony to me, for real.
You know,
and I be tripping because like some people who don't get acknowledged, it just be like, God damn, like. Is y'all for real? Like, come on now. Why is y'all so phony? Like, it's just so phony.
Yo, that shit. Like when like you see somebody up on stage. I was at an event not too long ago. Somebody was up on stage. I took a couple shots and I walked the fuck away because I wear it on my face. Right. So I walked away and I walked back and one of the other artists, he was there supporting. Him and his girl was there. He wasn't performing. Right. He was supporting the event. So I'm standing there. He was there. He just bust out laughing. He said, "It's all over your face." I said, "I know." I said, "It sounds like shit." Just the performance was shit. It sounded like shit. Everything. But when the person got off stage, yo, that was fire. What was you listening to? Yeah. What you could have done was you could have gave that person some help. Yeah. Some constructive criticism, because that's me. If I hear a song and I'm not and I don't like it, and I'll be like, oh, I don't like it, but this is why, right? Or this is what I did like. I don't just say I don't like it, then that's it.
I like that, but that's good. Yeah,
you know what I mean? That. So when you got people in your face that they might hear a song of yours and it might not be the best mix down. And they just like, yo, shit, bro, that was fire, that was this. But then they turn right around and tell somebody else, no, man, that shit sound like shit, blah, blah, blah. What are you doing?
Oh, I didn't say that. I didn't hear that. I've been through that situation. Right. That's why I don't fuck with it. That's why I don't fuck with a lot of people no more.
Right. And it's just like, I would much rather, the truth hurts.
Yeah, it does.
But that lie is going to hurt even worse.
Even worse at the end of the day.
You know, that's why I said, like, you know, this fake and funny, like I said, because you've been, like, and I like talking to people that have been in the scene when it was basically no scene. Right. You know what I mean? So I like talking because they've seen the progress of where everything is as far as the music industry. But, you know what I mean? Because I'm sure back in the day you wanted to get signed to somebody, didn't you? You know, that was the whole goal.
Yeah. Rough Riders.
Oh, yours was Rough Riders?
I was going to be a Rough Rider.
I can
no
understand.
Limit. Talking motherfucker for real.
I can understand it. Like my nephew, when he was like 18, he wanted to be signed to Cash Money. Yeah. He wanted to be signed to Young Money. He wanted to be signed with Lil Wayne. And I was like, do you know what that means? Do you know what being signed means? Because by this time, You could get distribution without being signed to somebody. You could get these things without being signed to somebody. I said, what this means is when you're signed to somebody and yeah, they give you that big bonus, but you got to pay that money back. I said, you're not going to make money until you're out here touring. So you better hope that they put you on some tours.
Yeah, and I want to say something about that too, right? Like, it's too many people out here that keep going off of the facade of these rappers that, like, it's a show, man. We all know it's a show. Come on, like, people get it twisted. Like, I see so many people, I done been in booths with niggas and we done made bangers. Know this shit is a banger because we listen to other shit and we can tell it. And you just go home and see a nigga on the Instagram with the money phone or something, and now you fucked up. Now you mad. Fuck this shit. I'm not rapping no more. I'm in it. Nah, man, stop getting your panties in a bunch. Like, that shit is starting to get, that shit is getting on my nerves for real.
Well, they always get on me because I call them the Skittles kids. Because they look like a bag of damn Skittles. Talking about Tekashi 6ix9ine and the other little Skittles kid, whatever his name is, whatever. And like, these are, like, people don't understand. To me, their music sucks. I actually tried to listen. Look at that. I tried to listen. I'm a words person.
Yeah.
I like beats. I love beats.
Yes.
I listen to words.
Yes.
You gotta be telling me something. I want to be able to hear a story. You gotta be doing more than just rapping words together.
Yeah.
So I tried to listen to the music, and it sucked ass. Yes. The beat's hard as shit.
Yes.
But the words just made my brain cells just like go away. So I tried to listen. Everybody else, oh, you did the music, and I was like, the music? Oh yeah, the beat's hard.
That's what it is. These producers.
Yeah.
That's who's making these motherfuckers. Because these niggas they cannot rap.
But they get on social media, and they do these stunts. And the boy 6ix9ine went to Chicago, but it was 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Niggas do that shit here too.
Oh, I was in your hood looking for you. No, you wasn't.
You wasn't. You got out that car, took a picture, and got right back in that fucking car and left.
Right.
You want nobody fucking there. That's why exactly on my front cover I got him on there tied up for real. Like, he wanna. I mean.
You know, and it's like I said, like, a lot of these people don't understand. Like, I look at the longevity of somebody. Because, was that lemon?
Yeah, there's lemon mix, y'all.
But I look at the longevity of people. Not just music. Because, like, I look at... Okay, I had this conversation on... Jay-Z doesn't have to rap ever again in his damn life. He don't have to.
Right, don't have to.
He's made his money. He's made his mark. He's helped other artists. He's done all that. He can sit back and coast for the rest of his life. Cash in on his royalties from his music. I'm telling you, in a few more years, you're gonna hear his music in these commercials and shit that's being played on TV, in the radio. But he's got longevity. When Jay-Z dropped 444. Some people liked it, some people hated it.
I ain't listened to it.
But
I ain't got nothing against Jay-Z. I just ain't listen.
Right.
At that time, I was just trying to get my music going. I don't want to listen to nobody.
But his fans love to hear his music.
Oh, yeah.
And that, to me, is a goal of artists. That you want people to want your music. And to be able to... put out, you know, like you put out a mixtape or put out a original CD or whatever, and your fans be like, "Yo, come on, you know, when's the next one coming out? When's the next one coming out?" That's what every artist should want.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And being in the local scene, I hate to call artists local because it gives that stereotype. Yeah. So I usually call them the underground scene. That's the people from upstairs. But it's the underground scene because that's what you all are. It's the underground. And I'm telling you, there's some really dope artists in this underground. Like I said, I've seen you a couple times on that stage. And you, like I said, one of the things that I look for in an artist is commanding that stage. Yeah. And that's what you do. Right. You know what I mean? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play. You sent me a couple songs.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't save them. I got to put them back in here. But, and you also sent me, what you just sent me the video link or something?
Yeah.
I was like, what he is that sent me a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, I just be trying. Yeah, I be trying. When I send emails, I just try to send them and send stuff like kind of professionally to make some.
And I appreciate it because
with pictures and everything. So anytime if that's what you even ask for,
right? It's
already there. Like, shit, I want to throw this up on something, blah blah blah. I need a picture for. Well, shit, he sent me the picture for. And,
right, because I was like, I just went ahead and used, I think I used all the pictures for the because I was like, I don't want to just pick one or two. I'll just put them all up there. Mm-hmm. But that way, you know, there was a representation. So you said, I got 3 songs here. I don't know if there was any more in there because I was trying to hurry up when I got here. I was running late. I work on Saturdays now, so I leave my job and come straight here.
Oh, I know. I used to do radio. I used to do radio.
I've been doing this.
3D when we got there.
I used to. September will be 2 years for me.
Okay.
Yeah, hard body. So.
Yeah, I had to. I started focusing on my music.
Right.
And the only reason why I say that, like, cause these artists, like a lot of artists, like I didn't understand, like, yo, I barely get press from radio interviews. Mm-hmm. Like I see this shit, like everybody be tagging me in a radio interview, shit like that. See my shit, but don't invite me on any show or whatever. Like, right. Shit, I be plugged out too doing my thing, but it's like I support that shit. Like I support them, but it's like, yo, when I was doing it, it was people like that didn't want that press. Like, I don't want this press. Like I'm basically finding this shit on YouTube or see somebody post it and be like, I'm gonna holler at him and get him on the show. I'm doing this for free. I gotta pay out, man. You feel me? So I'm bringing you on for free, and I'm trying to get exposure. You get exposure online, and it was like people aren't even trying. I'm like, man, fuck that shit. I do this shit myself. Like, I got a couple few people came on my show. GNB, Trigger. Mike, I had a lot of people, Money Marv, Meech, and them. I had Dana Blue come on. I had Fizzles on there. Like, I had a lot of people on there. But, like, it was just crazy, like. Yeah,
because, what I've run into is, see, I'm booked all the way up to the end of August. Mm-hmm. I think. I got to look. I usually stay booked 2 months ahead. But what I found was a lot of people, like when I put up the post, when you found it, I put up the post to be like, you know, about booking, because there's so many people out here. Mm-hmm. I don't know everybody.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So I put it out there. Whoever wants to interview, hit me up. And then, just like I said, to follow through with, you know, to secure that date. That's all you got to do is you got to hit me up. You got to hit me up. You got to give me, you know, you got to confirm the date and all that stuff, and go from there. And a lot of people just did not confirm. They didn't confirm the date. So
that's crazy. Yeah, I'm showing the drinks. Yeah, y'all can get them. That's basically what I'm doing for real. I'm gonna turn it back around, just putting it right there for a second.
Yeah, make y'all thirsty. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a song, maybe play 2. I don't know. It depends on how I feel, how the radio thing feels.
All right.
So we'll be right back in the spotlight. Your girl Lisa the Bottle Paparazzi, Hard Body Radio.
Gusto, grow, yeah.
And we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hold up. Here we go again. I hate this program.
These niggas is cops, neighborhood watch. Playing the 50, they go with the ops. Go down with your man, whole time you got fox. They know that they rolling, they raided the spot. These niggas is cops.
Hold up. We gotta reboot. I don't know what. Right. We're gonna bring it back.
You already know. Yeah, I was fucking with this show. She already invited me. Then I came in as 420 friendly.
Yeah.
There we go. Now I might have to reboot it again once we go switch back. That's what we was talking about that too. About how the studio and smoking go hand in hand. I don't smoke, so.
Like, I don't mind, like, my thing is, I don't mind if I gotta step outside and step somewhere and do my thing, but if you got something, you can have that shit. Make sure you know you got people that come and smoke. Have somewhere to like, yo, ain't nobody, the police ain't gonna pull them fuckers out right here, so I'm just gonna be calling you stand right there. Or yo, it's a basement spot down here, and something like, come on, yo, like, they ain't gonna be studio like, nah, it ain't no smoking. And we right on a hot ass block. I'm like, fuck. Like, fuck it, yo.
But I've been in studios where you could smoke weed, but you couldn't smoke cigarettes. Because whatever the cigarettes, the tar in the cigarettes gets into the equipment. And I was like, wow, I never thought about that. That shit can sound really boom, boom, boom.
I'm about to take this shit to Facebook.
What you on Instagram?
I had a few people about to
Yeah, that's why this one right here is YouTube. So after, like, it's streaming live right now. But you can, like, after the show's over, you can actually go back to my YouTube channel and you can share it after. Because I shared it. I shared it on my page.
Talking that gangsta shit, but they from Gazy. Told you these niggas is shady. Down in the district, get out the station. Told about everything in the basement. They don't find my friend on the pavement. Fuck about your name all over the papers. Nigga, that's your name.
Spence used to get on my last fucking nerve. I told him one day we was at Five Seasons, he was like, yo, you was talking about taking some pictures of him. And I said, you paying me? He put 4 quarters in my hand. I said, look, you little But now, Spence, he's like family. He still get on my nerves though. But he
Oh yeah, he's done with this thing. How you get up and ain't nobody on there anymore.
He done left you.
My guy had 16 girls.
This is girl Dance Montana shouting out for my baby Gusto girl. Let me get that beat.
So your hands up.
Is this TikTok? What on YouTube? I was just talking about that. I try to stop Todd from punching that remover in the mouth. I stopped him twice. But he got away from me the 3rd time.
I was there at that show. You talking about Gentleman's Cinema?
I don't understand why he did it.
They don't want
I was there. I took pictures that night.
Got the thought that Simon got so Google, not so planners. The chief and the commander, better salute and stand up. We about to fill up the mood before I'm Danny Tanner. 6 drama for your nana. She ain't got no manners. These gorillas catch bananas. Bananas in pajamas. Now that's that triple grammar. It's Molly and no Anna. Progressing beam on the gun. Call that body scanner. Like house and body cameras. Grandmama died of cancer. I swear I called on the Lord and ain't nobody answer. Shit not even in Flanders. Neo is the programmer. Shit, I cry like a baby. My mama told me manna. Now it's all in my fanta. Got me a private dancer. Got these chicks in Atlanta. Oh, like I'm Santa. Your hoes get down and flow. Like a pimp that's in the banner. These niggas dress like Santa. They sun down for some banter. I don't give a fuck. Throw them up in the sky. Stick them up. If they want that smoke, they hit them up. Put them in the body bag. You tip it up. I don't give a fuck. Throw them up in the sky. Stick them up. If they want that smoke, they hit them up. Put them in the body bag. You tip them up. Throw your hands up. Put them in the air. I'm the way it's done. Like I just don't care. Life is a big thing. That's it. Change skin. This is sneak up. Better put them in the air.
This shit would sound so much harder with that damn subwoofer. I knew it would.
Up in the air. Up in the air. Up in the air. Up in the air. Up in the air.
The dope is low, you need the most. Let go of the potion, this is a form card. Drive the cells. We end up bitch hosting, that was an easy lick. You see me shit. They end up bitch open, you get the same shit, just take the shit. We'll shoot the bitch open, that's the one ride low. Rules the ocean, keep the notion. DJ Hoover came up with a blank flag. Niggas that's spoken, niggas and bitches eloping. Up in the 30s we told you. Sammy, I'm drunk, I'm sober. Ain't got no time for no joke. I give it a me, she weed. But I don't like the free. I just entice the beat. They hit it 3 nights a week. I tell my nigga it's a sight to see. Your little baby just a kite to me. I stay in drama like I like the beat. I roll with choppers it's a bike of beat. Raw tips on the rush and leave. That's just come made a change to see. Be careful one that they can't see. Too many niggas can't hang with me. Cause I know the hang with me. A couple of things with me. Loose dog, no chains with me. Somebody better tell them, please.
I don't give a fuck. Throw them up in the sky. Stick them up. If they want that smoke, they hit them up. Put them in the body bag. And zip it up. I say I don't give a fuck. Throw them up in the sky. Stick them up. If they want that smoke,
Original beat
they hit them up.
mixtape?
Put them in the body bag. And zip them up. Throw your hands up. Put them in the air.
That's what the CD is for. Let me get that one.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, ain't nobody hear this beat.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Same shit like Bobby Smurf. That beat is the same nigga. I did that beat 2 years before Bobby Smurf. I did it at Mad Murdoch.
Oh, okay.
Yo, always be asking, like, yo, how you feel about that? Like, I did it as me and Dutch. Killed it. That shit was hard.
I've known Duchess for years.
That shit was hard. 2 years later, Bobby Smurf dropped that shit on that beat. I'm like, God.
Throw them fucking hands up. Don't die over that little bit of chunk change. Because if I risk my freedom for that little bit of shit in your pocket,
Okay. All right. Yo, I'm sitting here was vibing out to that song. I'm telling you that right now. Yeah, that was Gusto Grove. The first one was called Cops, as if you couldn't tell. And the second one was In the Air, and that was featuring, he go by Big Talk now, but that was my man TikTok. And we was off air, but we was on air, but we was off air. We was off the radio air, but we was on the video air. Talking about Talk. I was saying that I stopped Talk twice that night at the Drag On show. Because I stopped him when we was in front of the stage. And I said, it's not worth it. Don't do this here. Don't do this now. I'm always thinking about the venue. Yeah. I don't, like anything else, I don't care about. It's the venue.
Yeah.
Because that way, if something happens, then the owner might say, well, no more hip-hop shows here. And we don't have any places to really do hip-hop. So I said, this is not the place, not the time, da-da-da-da. And, I said, you can resolve it. He was like, you right, Lisa. I turned around. I'm talking to somebody. About 15 minutes later, something said, turn around. I look over by the bar, and people are behind Talk. People are in between Talk. And I went over there and I pushed the guy out the way that was in front of Top. I didn't know who it was at the time. I pushed him out the way and I got in Top's face and I looked at him and said, "What the fuck did I just tell you?" He was like, "You right." He calmed down. Like 5 minutes later, pow! I was like, "Yo, what the fuck did I say, yo?" Damn. Come to find out, the dude that I pushed out the way was the owner of it was Tim. I talked to Tim after that.
Okay.
I talked to Tim after that. Like, and Tim even told me, he was like, he wasn't even mad with Top. Right. He understood.
Yeah, because he kept talking shit.
Right.
Like, it wasn't, see, that's the thing. It wasn't that, all right, you did that. It's not you made straight forward and straight up after you did that. It's niggas, people will appreciate you if you be 100 and straight up.
Well,
and not, I mean, some niggas be talking shit though.
But for one, as a promoter, like I said, I used to have a show, and I'm doing an R&B show maybe next month. We're trying to get the date right now, but it's all R&B because like we don't have any like R&B shows. So I came up with this idea, and now because so many people was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." I was like, "Fuck, now I gotta do this damn R&B show. What the hell? Damn, I just keep my mouth shut." But as a promoter, as a person who throws the event, these promoters gotta stop booking 20 fucking artists.
There you go. That's another thing. You're exactly right.
You gotta stop booking 20 fucking artists.
Yo, that's some real shit though. That's real shit.
When I did my show, I had anywhere from 10 to possibly 12 artists. And the reason why I had 12 artists because somebody's always backing the fuck out. I gave them 15 tickets. That's $10 a ticket. That's $150, right? Well, guess what? The artist keeps $75 off. Okay. So they keep half the proceeds. Because I want the $75 because I have a staff. That's the difference. A lot of these people that call themselves promoters don't have a staff. Right. I had to pay the door person. I had to pay my DJ. I had to pay my host. I had to pay my daughter who was doing production. People don't even know what fucking production is. Production is Gusto Grove is next on stage. So my daughter would go find Gusto Grove and be like, "Come on, you next right here. Exactly. This person's on their last song." The host gets up and, "Yeah, give it up for whoever, da da da. All right, we're going to keep this going. Next to my man, Gusto Grove." Guess what? Gusto Grove's right there. We don't have to holler for Gusto Grove outside smoking in the parking lot or whatever. Exactly. So I had a staff to pay. At the point that I got to the point within a couple of months of doing my show that I did not have to pay 5 seasons. Okay. Because why? Because he was making money at that bar. Right. So me and Solomon were good. But a lot of these people, they put 20 fucking artists on the show. And if they do the show like that with the Dragon show, which Dragon was not there because he was not paid, he wanted to be paid up front, right, not on the back end. Yeah. And he didn't get paid. Right. So he said, "Not coming." Not coming, yeah, exactly. I just seen Dragon in February when he was at Frozen Harbor. I got a picture with him too. Nice guy. Wonderful guy. Like I said, rougher eyes. Right. So these people that keep putting these industry artists, and I use air quotes for those who can't, because I'm not on camera, because I don't like being on camera. But these industry artists, and then charge you $200 to open for them, and then case in point, Top was supposed to be on that stage, but because the people that was from up in New York came down to host the show, or whatever, brought their people to perform, it was too many artists. Yeah. Everybody knows a Baltimore hip-hop show don't start on fucking time. Unless it's at Soundstage. And then white people will make you start. They don't care if there's 5 people standing in front of that stage. Right. Oh, we starting. You'd be like, "But my people in here. I don't give a fuck." Yeah. That's white people for you, though. Yeah. But that's what it is. Like I said, like you cannot put 20 fucking people on a bill and expect everybody to hit that stage.
That's some real shit, though. That's some real shit. Because I hit the stage that night, and I don't know why Yoda ain't hit the stage, but I went after the people that they brought and shit.
Right.
Like the females and shit. I went after that. Because I said on the mic, because the nigga was like, I forgot, I think it was Evie Newman that said, yo, it was like, y'all gonna let some out of towners come in here and fuck y'all up.
That's because Evie
Shorty was dancing and shit with the chick with the Wu-Tang, the dude and shit was dancing and shit. I'm like, oh man, and I'm up next. So I just had to come on the street, go the fuck her.
Because Evie was, he's such a shit starter.
He jumped on the stage and shit with me. That's the first time I met Joe. When I turned around and looked, it was on my last song. He was over there rock dancing with my people. I was like,
Yo,
hey.
he is a special case too. But
shit, it's all love.
right. I mean, as long as they rock it with your music, that's what, you know, you never know. Made a new fan. You never know. But that's what I can't, that's one thing, that's another pet peeve I have. I have a lot of pet peeves. That's one of them. Like when I go to a hip hop show, if it's unorganized, if it's too many fucking artists and then they cutting motherfuckers short. No!
That's what happened down there. That's why I ain't understand. I ain't even get to do my whole verse.
Right.
It just cut off to a new song. I'm like, but I ain't know, it wasn't my set, so I was. Right. It was just like, all right, whatever, yo. Like, yo, let's get this done. Like, this your set, so let's get this done. And I ain't not professional.
Right.
So let's get this done. But yeah, yo, some shit is too unprofessional. Some shit, I'm starting to get tired of the sound quality too. Like, should be trash. Like,
well, that's because, let me tell you, a lot of people that are throwing events now, they're not throwing events for the artists to get on that stage and showcase themselves. They doing it so they can put some money in their pockets.
Yeah, that's all that is.
But you need look. I'm telling you, I do this every time I get somebody on the show. Wisdom Court Entertainment. They do Woo Wednesdays down at Charm, what used to be Sonar Paparazzi. Yeah, Woo Wednesdays. Billy Live is we just talked today, talking about we're going to make this scene what it's supposed to be. And he said, when I say we, I'm included in that mess. I was like, oh, Jesus, here we go. But Wisdom Court does shows not only in Baltimore. They do shows in West Virginia, Pennsylvania. They do shows everywhere. I got people from up in Reading, Pennsylvania that come down. They come down to my show once a month. I've been up there. I did my show from up there. Two groups from Baltimore went up there and performed in Reading, Pennsylvania. Okay. So I'm all about networking. Yeah. So anybody that comes on my show, I give them the information. Like you're talking about people sharing information, I share it. I'm a traffic director. Right. People come to me, Lisa, do you know a videographer? Lisa, do you know any photographers? Because I'm a photographer, but I don't like photo shoots. I hate them. I like that stage. Yeah. I like that action. Yeah. So, you know, do you know anybody that's doing any shows? Do you know this? Do you know this? Do you know that? So I'm always directing traffic. So I'm telling you, Wisdom Court Entertainment, Billy Live, that's somebody that you might want to like I said, come down to Woo Wednesdays, and see for yourself.
Wednesdays, every Wednesday.
I think we got one next Wednesday too. I'll definitely hit you up about that. But it's he's big on support. Right. You know, if you come down there, like he's got a show tonight at Soundstage. He's opening up for the dude Chris Webby. Yeah. So he's opening up for him. It's the second time him opening up for him. But like I said, it's one of those things that he's doing shit, and it's not just for him in Wisdom Court. It's for people in the scene. Right. You know what I mean? Like I said, shows, and because he's from out Westminster, so they do shows out Westminster. We just did a show in Howard County Fairgrounds last month. I broadcasted live from there. Okay. Like I said, up in Pennsylvania, different places in Pennsylvania. He's got a couple places in West Virginia. He just told me today They did Woo Wednesdays up there. So when there's a Woo Wednesday down here, I think there's going to be a Woo Wednesday up there. Like, it's just branching out. So, and it's a chance for you to get fans in other places.
Right.
So, like I said, I'm giving you this knowledge. Because I want everybody, I really do. I want everybody to
win. That's what we all here for everybody to win. That's what people don't understand. That's
like, you know, you get your music on streaming networks, on the Google Play, the Spotify, all those different things, and you end up, because of the streams, you get paid. I mean, it takes it a while because, of course, the industry's got to find some way to fuck you over, but you're able to get out there to get to more people, and not just here in Baltimore. Because my thing is, I always say, you get a fan base here in Baltimore, and then you go out. Not everybody's going to love your music. Not everybody's going to love you. Not everybody's going to support you. But if you have that core fan base, fuck them. Go everywhere else and get fans from different places. Like, Pennsylvania absolutely loves me. Like, when I went up there and took pictures, oh my God, these pictures. I'm like, oh, it's just some pictures. But they were so happy to get, because it was something that they didn't have. Just like the opportunity, they came down here last Saturday and performed. And, you know, like I said, it's all about exchanging information. It's about networking. So, like I said, I'm handing you some keys, you know. So, because like I said, I've seen you at 5 Seasons. I've seen you, at Gentleman's Inn, down at 2 O'Clock Club, which is now to the Austin's Lounge. I can't believe that he stopped having a strip club. Like, I mean, was he tired of the strippers? The strippers still come in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, I think he's just, I don't know if he's just trying something new or what.
Yeah.
But what are some like, where, you know, are there other places that you performed at, or
Vanity Run?
Oh yeah.
A few times.
Yeah. Did you ever get to perform at Sonar when it was Sonar? Or
Nope, I ain't get to perform at nothing big for real.
No, okay.
The biggest thing I ever did was a summer joint.
Okay.
That 92Q joint with my homeboy.
Was that the Believe tour that they used to have?
I think that's what it was. Believe
because
tour.
They had
he was on, and I actually went around because he did a couple shows.
Yeah.
They went on Emerson and Curry.
Because they used to have it right there on Poplar Grove, like
and
where it splits.
Yeah,
it was
Drive.
Where you be, right there. Yeah, right.
Oh,
KK's. I need to go to KK's. I need a cheesesteak.
Mama sign.
I need. Oh my God! Let me tell you. Call up the KK's. Be like, because my neighbor across the street, she used to come up. You know, she'd be like, I'm gonna order some KK's, and be like, I want 4 wings and fries. And she'd be like, okay, come now. Come now. And the half and half. I don't know what was it.
Cheeseburger.
Man, that half and half had crack in it. I swear to God it did. Shit was good as hell. My daughter still talks about that shit. My daughter be like, yo, mommy, I want to go to KK's. Every time she pregnant, she want to go to KK's. I'm like,
Yeah, that shit. Yeah.
I mean, I miss the old neighborhood, but like, I was glad to get the hell up out of there because I was actually getting ready to get her. I was out there with the butcher knife getting ready to stab a boy in the stomach. In front of the police.
Yeah,
and the police was just standing there watching me. They was going to let me do it. Because they didn't like the boy anyway. I didn't like the boy. I told the boy I was going to stab him where he got shot at and watch him bleed the fuck out.
Yeah.
And they made me that way.
Yeah.
I was a nice white lady before that.
Yeah.
But,
that's how it is. You in the jungle. You up out the grove. Like,
and that was bad.
We always get from God, no. Like, that shit don't never get... Like that Westside Certified shit. That's why I wanted to get on that remix so bad. I wanted to get on that shit so bad. It's like motherfucker don't represent the outside. So
right.
I wanted to get on that shit
bad. The only person that ever represent, the only time I ever heard Poplar Grove represented was in that damn song, the club song, shouting out on the streets.
Yeah.
But Yeah, because I lived in that neighborhood when it was getting bad.
Yeah.
It was bad as shit. Like,
yeah, the years you said, I already know.
2003. I finally got up out of there in 2009. Towards the end of 2009, we left.
So yeah.
We left.
Yeah, you've been through it all.
Man, I'm telling you, I watched all of a sudden everybody was Crips.
Yeah.
I was like, where the fuck y'all come from? Like, all of a sudden, like, one day you wasn't, the next day you was.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I watched I watched my kids' friends die. They get shot and killed over dumb shit. I was actually at the hospital. I was in the ER and watched on the news, and one of our friends had just been executed coming back from the bar right there on Bloomingdale, Wells's.
Yeah. And
he had been executed coming back from the bar. And my daughter had just talked to him before he went around the corner. Right. And I knew then that it was time for me to get the hell up out of that neighborhood. But there's a lot of good people in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Lots of good people.
Hell yeah.
You know, so I always say you don't regret anything in your life. And if somebody asks you, is there something that you would change in your life? Think about this. If you change one tiny thing from your past, it changes everything else in your life. Like, you know, like I hear females say all the time, oh, I wish he wasn't your father. Well, guess what? If he wasn't their father, they wouldn't be who they are.
They wouldn't be none. They wouldn't be none.
You know, so that's like I say about this music scene. It's the same thing. Like, you go through trials and tribulations, but everything that you went through as far as starting and stopping and, you know, you're like, fuck this shit, but then you picked it back up. You gained knowledge as you were going along. Yeah. So everything that came along, like, you know, you may end up saying, I'm done with this shit. But music will always be in you. Right. Because you've already shown that. Mm-hmm. You've already shown that because you started again. Mm-hmm. And it's like I tell people all the time, like, I quit rapping. You never quit rapping.
Right.
It's always going to be in you. You're always going to be driving down the road, or you're going to be somewhere, you're going to be walking through fucking Walmart, and all of a sudden something will come in your head, and you'll start either making a beat in your head, right, or you'll start rapping something. It's in you. Yeah, so no matter what you do in life, it's in you. Mm-hmm. Now, you say you have kids. Mm-hmm. What would you say to them if they decided that they wanted to get in the music business?
Go ahead. My daughter already trying to finesse me to do it. I'm like,
how old is she?
She's 9.
Oh yeah, that's the finessing stage.
She's 9.
Can she rap a little bit? She tries.
Nah, she is like a mimic of me.
Oh my
God, like God damn, like you hear my songs, like I cuss and I rap fast, and I like ride in the car and I hear it, and she be rapping with it, and every cuss word and foul word she pause with it. I'm like, this little girl.
Well, at least she pauses.
No, I'm saying, like, that's how, like, I'm like, dang, I really think she's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think my son might be the, people keep telling me my son might be the one because he quiet with it. Like, yo, he don't, I keep asking him, he like, nah.
How old is he?
He 12. He about to be 12.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he like, I want to play football. But like, always hear him do the same shit I was doing. Mm-hmm. Banging on shit, doing beats, boom. He banging on the bed and shit. I'm like, yeah. Nah, you do the same exact shit I used to do. So, yeah, you might, I don't know. But if they want to do it, I mean, with me, like, all means to it. I'm gonna try to do what I have to do to provide for them and do what they need to do.
Right.
Like, I know how hard it is. Then that means I know, that's basically what I do this shit for, to be honest, is to put other people on. I'm not even here to be the one doing the limelight. I always express that. And that's why I always then realize, like, yo, why the fuck y'all don't support? Like, I'm not trying to be the main one. Like, but it ain't my fault I got the bars. It ain't my fault that I make the okay songs, but I will write you a song. You do it. You don't want to do it. Yo, matter of fact, that shit you was just rapping was hard as shit. Write that shit down. Let's go in the studio, put that shit down.
Some people they don't have the confidence.
Yeah.
And what I found is a lot of the nicest people that can rap, the ones who like, I'm like, yo, that shit was hard.
The most humblest ass people.
They be like, I don't really feel like doing, like, I'm just doing it. I really don't want to do it. You know, I'm just doing it.
I got there to that point. That's why, like, now, like, when people be like, yo, bust, get in a freestyle or cypher, I might mess up on bars or whatever because I wasn't practicing. Like, I got to that point, like, I don't really feel like, like, no. But then I had to get up out of that, like, no, seeing other people coming doing these things and the things they spitting, like, the way I spit that, how they spit, like, damn, I need to get back to doing what I do. Right. Fuck what everybody else doing, what they thinking, I need to do what I need to do.
So, who was, I mean, because, I mean, I know we talked about, like, if you, like, when you were, you know, years ago about being signed, there was No Limit in Rough Riders, and you say that you are a fan of Rough Riders. Who would you say is been influential as far as you rapping? You know, who do you think is the most influential on you as far as like how you rap, what you rap? Is there any, you know, any
There's not a lot of rappers I don't.
Right.
Like
see, and that's me. Like when people ask me what like your favorite song, I'm like, I got a lot of favorite songs.
Like I don't have like one single go-to song.
Right. So who? But when you were growing up and you first started rapping, who was the one that you was like, hey, damn, I could do this. If he can do this, I can do this.
It actually was MC Lyte. It was one it was an MC Lyte song.
I still to this day think she's phenomenal.
The Salt and Pepper, like that what's the Salt and Pepper? Get Up. Mm-hmm. Like if you like, for me listening to how other like dudes, LL Cool J, other rappers going in on beats, and then to hear them the way they was going in, and I'm like, hold up, y'all, come on, y'all. Like, you hear like it's not they forget that they women, like just listen to these bars, like yo, if you can't get with that, like I'm tripping off you, like. But then like when Rough Riders, like I like the Bad Boy when Locks was on Bad Boy. I like Mase, all that Busta Rhymes, Missy. I used to buy these CDs. Shit, I used to steal that shit from Best Buy. I got locked up. Fucking stealing my cousin a Gangstar CD and shit.
Gangstar.
Yeah, I had got a Killer Priest and a C Murder Life or Death. That's what I actually went there for. C Murder shit. I mean, shit, hey, niggas ain't had no money, so. But I used to buy hella shit. Like, I still got CDs, like, left in the bags, like, hella CDs, real CDs that I bought money. Like, all that shit, I can see that goddamn money. I can see that money, like, all that shit. But I'm a music fan, like, I'm fanatic, like. And I have a milk crate that's local artist CDs that I've collected over the years. That's what's up. You know. I've tried to keep them all, but I had a grandson. I have a grandson, and he don't know how to keep his hands to himself. Oh yeah. He's 4. He just turned 4. So But I have all these CDs that artists have given me over the years from here and in DC, and I keep them in the tote because that means something to me. Like that's their hard work, but. That's like when I ask that. I like to see where people's heads are when they, when I ask that question as far as like who's influential, because that tells me something. Like, you say somebody like MC Lyte, automatically I'm like, yo, she was like one of the pioneers as far as like I said, I mess with a lot of people. Like West Coast influenced me. I listen to a lot of Snoop. Like I just listen to a lot, but when I got on the down south music, that's kind of like. Changed my whole perspective on life for real. Like, shit. Like, my peoples over east put me on Master P. I got to hear, like, not just Master P, but the other, like, Soulja Slim joints, other stuff like that would make me start buying CDs and stuff like that, and actually hearing they joints like, oh nah, they ain't nicer than them. Like, hold up. Like 3-6 came out, that changed my goodness. Hypnotized Camp, oh yeah, that's what they my shit too. I fuck with a lot of shit. It's just some of this new shit. Like can't say all of it, but it's just a lot of this new shit I can't get with.
I really, like I said,
it's just the beat.
It took me, you know, I say this.
That's on my mama.
I say this about, in probably about every interview. It took me a while because at first I was like, this is not hip hop. Because my version of hip hop, what I think is hip hop is what hip hop really is. It took me a while to understand because I was like, I had to realize that like rock and roll, you take rock and roll and they got all these subgenres of different rock and roll. Yeah. Like multiple different kinds. And I was like, yo, this is just a subgenre of hip hop. It's just like it's an offspring of it. Yeah. You know, like how gangster rap and and everything. So
punk rap.
I had to put in this mumble rap stuff that was going on and say, okay, it's a subgenre of hip hop. I don't fuck with it. I don't like it. But y'all like it. That's on you.
It is what it is.
I'm gonna continue to listen.
Some good ass beats I might rap to.
Man, I'm telling you, some of them, like I said, them producers, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, I love my, like, I have a few friends that are producers here in Baltimore, and I think that they are the unsung heroes of hip hop. Because without them, you wouldn't have the music, you know? So a lot of them don't get their shine. Yeah. You know,
shout out my producer Eastwood, you feel me? Magic City. Yeah, I mean, producer and engineer, put my CD, my mixtape that's on Spinrilla right now, LGTB. Yo, he put that together, like straight up.
I don't know him, but I've heard his name a lot.
Good sound quality.
Jaco.
Jaco. Shout out my nigga Jaco, man. DDH, that's my nigga, yo. Fuck with that. I fuck with it like straight up. They show genuine love. Like I come from a lot of cruddy situations. Right. Like that's why my first shit by myself, original shit, it's called Cruddy Buddy. And like that's basically where it come from. I come from a lot of cruddy situations and really fuck with some people that's in music that really in that shit with music and fucking with your shit and show genuine love. It's like it's no choice but to show it back. Like
Jaco is like the only person that when he sees me is like, come on, let's take a picture together. And I'm like, what? So we got a few pictures together because every time he would see me. So and one day I get tagged in a picture on Instagram and he done ran into my son. Okay. So they took a picture together. But Jaco, he's one of the, like I said, like him and like a Spence and like I said, Tok. Like I met Tok because of Spence. And like I said, Meech and like all of them.
We under that. What's crazy is we all under that umbrella.
Right.
Like I come from fucking with Bilal and DNQ and Meech. For real. Like that's where I come from, fucking with Joe, because that's my people, that's my neighbor. That's how I met them. They seen I was doing music, but that's when I was by myself, pushing myself. They seen that like I was about my business, like about moving and making music, and I wanted to slouch on the mic, right. But like we ain't trying fucking people.
And I met Q through Gritty Gang.
Okay.
So I've known, and like I live over east now. I moved up behind where Memorial Stadium used to be. And like it's funny because, like I said, Baltimore is big, but it's small because I keep running into people like, yo, how you know y'all? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, but I met Q through Gritty Gang. I've known Bilal for I don't know how damn long. Right. You know, Bilal always we were at Gentleman 10. I think it was it that night? Might have been that night or another night. I don't know. He was like, you want something to drink? I was like, are you gonna buy me something to drink? He was like, yeah. So I went up to the bar and I got the jar drink.
Yeah.
And I was like, how much are they? She's like, the small one's 8 and the other one's 12. He said, give her the 12. I said, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I said, you trying to get me drunk?
No, that's just him. That's
Right.
what he do.
Like I said, it's a lot of good people.
Genuine cool ass motherfucker. And that's the first one I met. Like actually met out of everybody was Bilal for real. So,
Right.
yeah.
Like I said, there are some genuine people in this scene.
Yeah.
You know, it's
There's
just
too many people doing a lot of fuck shit, fucking people over.
Right.
And doing a lot of shit.
what the hell? Is that your
That's
phone?
my phone around.
I was like, hold up, because I
I'm
know.
on an interview, love.
That's usually.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm still on.
You're on the air.
Well, I'm on air. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Just in case thought it was an emergency or something. That's all.
Right.
We back.
But like I said, there's a lot of genuine people. Then you got the ones that
Yeah.
they try
like
to get
3
over.
days all nothing but love with her body. Every time I see them, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, straight up, like I had 3D on the show, dude. Like I don't that shit like it's nothing but love, man. I don't. That's basically what I'm trying to do. Like I'm just trying to get on, get people, everybody going. Like it's too much talent.
There really
Yeah, it's too many people that's on in the industry taking shit that we do and forgetting and putting out there, and we just sitting and like we just here, like
Right.
we just here, right here. It's just sitting there. Everybody around is.
Let me ask you, how do you feel about competitions? I know you've seen the competitions where people have competitions to, like, I'm not talking about just like the local people having competition. I'm talking about people like bringing, because there's one right now that a friend of mine has put, she sent me the information and everything. And they're having, I think, one in D.C. and there's one in here in Baltimore. And I'm not sure what the prizes are. But, I mean, what is your take on
Competition. Now, competitions are cool if it's no biasness. No biasness at all. Ain't nobody, buddy, that's their friend, all of that shit. Because, I'm sorry, I lost at a show at Eldorado's in a round to a dude that sound, look, dress, whole demeanor was Future. His song, his hook, like it's all Future. You mean to fucking tell me I lost it, yo? Like originality is supposed to be one of the first first parts of I guess, yeah, the criteria for real. So it's like, and they talk about bars. Like, how you mean bars? You was the judge that said it wasn't even there before I went on. So like, come on. That's the type of shit that I don't like about competitions.
Right.
But if it's a competition and it's just biases, that was the best person on stage that night won, then it is what it is.
Right. I don't like competitions for that reason. I think that if you're going to have a competition, then you have to have judges who are not friends with the people that are in the competition.
Nothing invested for real.
Right, because I just think that it gets blurred lines. I'm not biased. Like I can honestly give my honest opinion. Some people don't like that because I do give my honest opinion, but you know, I just don't. This is it's called Grind to Fame Artist Showcase and Concert Series Tour. Rappers, singers, dancers, musicians battle for a chance to win a premier performance spots, plural, in major concert venues, digital distribution, rep your city in a nationally televised competition, cash prizes and giveaways, and be filming a live documentary series. Now, this comes from a friend of mine who is, it's 100 Promotions presents Peter Guns and Friends. And it's Grindhouse, Def Jam Records, Love and Hip Hop, and a couple other different things. She's legit.
Okay.
She actually works with Public Enemy, Chuck D and Public Enemy. So when she sent it to me, I knew it was 100% legit. I just have, like, I don't know who, how they're based, like, that's my whole thing when it comes to competitions is how are you basing this? What are you basing this on? Like, what exactly are you looking for when it comes to this kind of stuff? Because a lot of times who I think should win doesn't win.
Right. And it might be no point for that person to even enter this contest.
Right, because if you're looking for this, if you're looking, you know, like I said, I don't know.
I know exactly. I get exactly what you're saying.
This is an
like a waste of, because some stuff be like a waste of time. Like the first time the show I ever did, me and my man rocked the house. Like it wasn't no bias, nothing. Everybody in the crowd got up out their seat and throwing their hands up, and we lost. We didn't even come in none of the top. We didn't win nothing. First, second, or third, and the crowd we was the only ones the crowd stood up for.
Right, and see, and that,
I was like, what the
and that shows somebody like me, like when I was up in Pennsylvania, I told you I went Penn, and I broadcast live, and it was part of it was a competition, and the guys from one act from Baltimore actually won first place.
Okay.
I felt as though the act that should have got second place was the other act from Baltimore.
Okay.
I felt as though they had a better performance than the person that actually, like, I was outvoted.
Okay.
I was outvoted though, because by the end, and it wasn't fair because it was 4 judges and then I was off to the side. Nobody knew I was a judge. So by the end of the night, it was just 2 of the judges and me.
Okay.
So I was like, well, this is not like, you know, I don't think that this is right. You know, I really don't think this is right. And I really thought that, you know, it was no bias. Right. I just thought they had a better performance. You know, because even the 2 judges that had left had said that. They said that before Black Salem got on stage, that BBK was in first place. Okay. So you mean to tell me that Black Salem got first place and BBK got third?
Right.
Or did they even get on? I don't even think. Did they win third? Or were they wasn't? No, I don't think they even won. I think they had put 2 other people, and I was like,
"That's great, yeah." I feel.
You know, so that's why I don't like competitions. Right. It's because of that. You know, my man. I think my man so and so. Why should your man so and so win? Yeah, I know these guys. I've known, like I've known Blizzard for a long ass time. Yeah. But it's not about who I like or who I'm friends with. Right. It's who has the better
house.
Right.
Who showed out.
When I looked around to the crowd and they were vibing with them, you know what I mean? So. That's why.
I be going out for other people and I be asking people because, to be honest, I smoke, so I be high on stage. So I be in the zone, like especially when I go in the zone, I really don't see people in the background or around or somebody got the phone or camera out. I don't see the people behind them, the light and shit. I probably just see the people right there in front. So I don't really see if people vibing, but when that song break down and I hear the crowd, how they react, that's how I know. And man, I did a competition. I was doing competitions. The Eldorado's joint with Riley from there, where it was on Sundays, and the last one I did, when I walked in, it was a group. I keep forgetting my man's name, but. He told his mans, he was like, yo, that's our only competition for the night. Because he kind of seen who was in there. So when he was outside smoking or whatever, he said it, he mentioned it. He was like, yo, my man said, yo, you the our only kind of competition tonight or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So they went. Then like 2 more acts went, then I went. Man, I set that motherfucker off on fire. It was crazy what made me mad. It made me mad at first. Because I was a little drunk, but then, like, my homeboy that was there with me, I didn't know he got super drunk where he was outside laid out on a car and shit.
Damn.
And shit, but he had came right in before I was performing. He was like, yo, I can't go up on stage with you, yo, because I ain't feeling it. So when I got up on stage, wasn't nobody coming up there and wasn't nobody clapping and shit like he was clapping for anybody else. So I was straight, was like, yo, the fuck y'all ain't got love for Gusto? And that's when the whole crowd just turned around and looked, started, yeah. And my man got the fuck up on stage and I tore the fuck up. Man, I lit that shit on fire. I lit that shit on fire. I ain't gonna lie, everybody was bopping to that shit. Nigga, one dude ran up to me like I love that shit. Like, sometimes I be having off nights. Like, the last performance I had, it was cool, but I could have done better for real. Mm-hmm. But it was hot as a bitch in that motherfucker for real. We was smoking and all that shit, but, I mean, that don't matter, but, hey, it is what it is. But that's my thing. I try to pride myself off my performance, too, because I want to give a good show. Right. I don't want to give nobody no bullshit show.
Well, I mean, and that's the way, and that's how you have to think about it. Is, you know, you want to make sure that you're giving, you're giving your, fans and potential fans a good, good vibe and everything. I mean, because, like I don't, like I said, I got pet peeves. So if you're on stage and you're rapping, your homeboy is your hype man, or, that's cool. But if you got 20 motherfuckers standing behind you, I can guarantee I'm not paying attention to you, because I'm paying attention to your drunk ass homeboy back here.
I don't like that shit.
Who is rapping your lyrics but rapping the wrong words because he don't know the words.
Right, his pants falling all the way down. He about to fall.
I'm paying attention to that shit. And I see it all the time, and I'm like,
that's why I don't like people. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't have a hype man, because niggas don't know my songs. Like, I don't have that person who,
right.
Like, my little bro, he know my shit, but he can't always be there, so right. He ain't always there. But to be honest, I don't really. If you gonna do something, just dance. Like, y'all gonna dance, go ahead and dance. But I really like my space if you ain't on the song for me, right. Because it's like, I don't like that shit neither. When I'm watching a show, I don't like to see that need.
I got adult ADD. I diagnosed myself adult ADD, and I'm watching the artist, I'm watching perform, and then this fool does something, and that happens to me all the time. Happened to me down at Vanity Room one night, and that stage is not that big. When it comes out to the floor, it's not that big, and there was all these people up there, and they rocking, they jumping up and down, almost pushed the guy that's rapping off the stage. And the one, like I said, he was rapping, and I'm like, what words is he rapping? I'm like, he's not rapping the words, and I'm not even paying attention to the guy who's actually performing, because I'm watching this fool. Then another guy. A part of the song says something about the phone. He pulls out a flip phone. I was like, yo, he pulled out the trap phone? Really? And when he pulled out the phone, some money come out. I said, okay, here, drop. I want to see you drop. $20 drop. Go ahead.
Drop that shit, dummy.
Yeah, I was just like, yo, I get so distracted, because my main focus is supposed to be the person that is rapping, whether it is you or the other person that's on the song. Right. I don't like my brain will not allow me to weed out foolery. Right. So that's one of my pet peeves. Like, I just can't stand it.
Right. That's like when people pull, like when I was down there at the Arts Lounge joint, and they pulled me on stage. Like, he kept telling me to get on stage. I didn't want to, because I know how people don't like when a whole bunch of people on stage, because they really can't pay attention to other people. That's why I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna interrupt your shit. I know you want me to come, but yo, they chatting you out, yo, do your thing. Right. Because to be honest, when I get on, I really don't really want you right there with me.
Right. Let me get my spotlight.
Because when I'm going around and shit, like, you might be in my way. I might buck you, boom, all that shit.
I can't stand it either. I've seen people that
allergies.
I've seen people who don't have that bond I mean, because I've seen people who I'll be like, yo, did y'all rehearse that? And be like, no, we ain't rehearsed it. Yeah. But they have that bond that they can vibe off of each other and they're not in each other's way. And I'm talking about groups of 4. Yeah. So when I see 2 people and they not like the one dude is trying to go back and forth, you know, trying to work the crowd back and forth, and the other dude, like, they get ready to bump into you. I'm like, yo, hold up, stop.
That's why it's like Meech and Ed, how they perform for real. That's how I know how to perform with them, because I watched them perform. So I know, like, I just stay out of the way. Whichever way they go, I'm going out of the way. Like, I got that now. And I used to know how to dance, so I'm choreographed with that. So I see how they move, and I can move around. You know, that shit.
Well, that night, there was a group that was there. And, you know, I was over on this side, and then there was people over on the other side. And almost every artist that got on stage looked over the side and over that side, you know, trying to engage the people, whatever. But there was this one group that was there. I don't know who they were, but I got plenty of pictures of the backs of their heads and stuff because they just worried about that side, because that's where they're...
That's what they performed at that spot I just performed at. The last spot I just performed at and shit.
Because their people are on that...
People's over there and they just... I know exactly what you're talking about.
I only got a couple shots of them facing over on this side because I wasn't getting up. I don't know what Comp thought I was doing, because I was like, I'm coming. I'm coming, but I'm not doing much. Yeah. I'm sit up there and I'm gonna say, take some pictures. Take some pictures.
Couple, but I appreciate you taking them pictures of me though. You know, like shit.
That's like, you know, a lot of people they don't understand. When I go to an event, I take pictures of the very first act to the very last act. And that's just something that I do. That is almost like my trademark, my brand, you know, that all goes along with the whole Baltimore paparazzi thing. And people don't understand that. But that's just, I think that everybody that gets up there on that stage deserves a picture or two at least. Even if they suck, they deserve a picture or two. You know, so.
I swear, man, that's another thing, like, with the promoters, like how you say when they book 20 motherfuckers, like, you know niggas going, you know people gonna be late. You know people gonna be late, people ain't gonna come on time, people ain't gonna wanna go because they people ain't there. Like, you gotta have that shit in order. But then, like, you know what this person, you should know what the person music sound like that you putting on this venue. Like, you gotta hear something.
Well, me personally, my show that I had, that was not my job was to give you a platform, to get on the stage, and if you proved yourself to be able to sell tickets and other game buttons. To prove yourself that you could do Wisdom Court events. Okay. That was what my show was. Oh, wow. So I would tell people all the time, if you suck, that's on you.
Yeah. See, that's cool. That's cool. Right. Like when a lot of people come out to the show or venue, and then you have like this person, like you done had somebody come on and kind of warm the crowd up, got the crowd juicing. And now you done put somebody on and they done fucked it. Everybody start leaving out while smoking.
But do you know why that is? You know why that is? Because that person either paid the money to be in that spot, or they sold the tickets because they got a whole bunch of yes men that think their music is hot.
And that's gonna be garbage.
And that's why people leave.
And don't nobody say nothing.
The people,
like, but that should show you, like right there, like when people leave. Like, I've been in that situation where it's like, it wasn't my music, was trash.
Right.
I picked the wrong song and picked the wrong way to do it. Right. And I know it straight once the song came on, I was rapping, it was like, I lost them. But hopefully I get it back, but I know this ain't gonna be like, my music ain't shit. Like,
you have to, like, it's almost like you have to try and figure out what type of crowd, like what you know, and it's hard sometimes, because especially if you look on the flyer and you see all these people on there and you're like, who the hell are these people? Because you don't know what kind of music they're doing. Right, exactly. I was at a show, this is no lie, I was at a show somebody did some industry beat. They performed a song, and, they rapped over it and they performed a song. The next artist performed that same beat. I was like,
oh yeah, look, and this was crazy. It's like about like this mixtape I got. Like that's why I'm skeptical about going certain songs, because I know people that rap in some of these beats. But like I did one of them shows, and the chick, I think, did she go before me? I think the chick went before me, and she did the Kodak Black beat, and that was on my agenda. I was like, shit. I'm like, if she the only thing I looked at was like, if she blow this song, if it's phony, I'm still gonna do mine. Right. But if she kill this shit, I gotta skip this. Right. Because that's gonna be phony for real. Like,
and that's something that you gotta do. Because when the damn song Panda came out, and everybody had that beat, and
I didn't even rap to it because of that.
Yo, I was just like,
I wanted to. That was great.
Everybody was doing that beat. And I'm like,
Scooter did it. That was it for me. He killed that shit. That was the me.
I was just like, yo, what the hell? Like I understand. Like, and with me, with the industry beats, if you're going to do the industry beat, you better kill that bitch. And don't try to sound like the original person who did it. Yeah. Like, I hate that shit. Like, I used to hate people who would do a Future beat and sound just like Future on it. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah. I did that. I did some of my shit like that, but I ain't do it like that. Right. But I switched the words, shit like that, like, because the way I put that together is the way I put that shit together. That's how I did it. I basically wanted to bring out I basically want to give myself some buzz before I drop this EP and this album for real.
And to me, because see, I have a pet peeve about mixtapes. If you're wanting to like build your butt, like if you're coming onto the scene, you put out some mixtapes. That way you get people familiar with your name and whatnot, this, that, and the third. And then you do your EPs, you do you do that. And every once in a while, drop some, something from a mixtape or something. But I know too many people that all they do is mixtapes. I'm like, are you ever going to get an original beat? Are you going to invest in yourself and buy an original beat? At least an original beat, something.
And what's crazy is I didn't drop, like, Cruddy Buddy, I dropped that, and a lot of that have original beats on it. And I'm kind of like, it's like, I'm going to have to revamp, take some of that shit. Not off, but I'm going to have to still put some of these songs, because these original songs, some of them still banging. It's like, you can't just give everything away for free, for real. Right. Unless you rapping off an industry beat. Like,
and now,
you don't do that.
And now you don't, like, I don't know. I thought my car sounded crazy. And that's only because that's my air conditioner does that. The belt from my air conditioner. But I'm sorry, y'all. We just get off track. But like I said, the whole mixtape thing is just one of those things that, I just have an issue with that. Like, you're constantly, getting songs off, instrumentals off of YouTube or whatever. And I'm like, do you realize you can't do nothing with that? Right. You need to, how you going to make some money? Right. You need to be able, like, I don't know hardly anybody that's making actual hard copies of CDs anymore, because now everybody's able to put it on streaming, Right.
Because some people from Baltimore, like a lot of dudes from Baltimore want that Tato for real. Yeah. Like when Tato came out with that song, one song, we heard that beat alright. That was our little Conan joint.
You talking about Back Rows or?
No, Jim, how the fuck that shit go? Dun-dun-dun-dun. He be like, GMG the team. Yeah, we making moves. Young something. I forgot. When I hear it, I know the words when I hear it, but yeah, that song, it was our little McConan beat, but he killed it. Mm-hmm. And it was like, yo, got big artists start doing shows and all
Right.
that and stuff like that. So that's what a lot of these dudes be doing. Like some of them niggas shits be hard. I ain't even gonna lie to you, but it's like
and that goes-
you ain't. But I understand what you said. Like then the next thing is like, from one we heard you on somebody else beat. We hear you on the original.
Right, and
you might be trash to be honest. Like you can't make an original your own shit.
because when you hear a song and you hear how that artist did it, then you can kind of like, I can't write to a beat. I want to write to a beat so bad. I've heard beats and I'd be like, damn, I want to write to this, and I can't write to it because I mean I know music. I've studied music. You know everything, but I was in band, I was in choir, all that stuff. I can read music. I don't know about now, but I used to be able to read music.
Yeah.
But so you can kind of mimic, the bars. But when you got an original beat, you ain't got nothing to base. You ain't nothing to go off of. You got to do that shit yourself, and that's really like I know artists, well, rappers, who can't count 16s. They rap over the 16. And
I don't understand that. Like I don't understand that. Like I learned that while I guess the industry was learning it, because I guess I listened to a lot of music. Like I learned that then. Like when you actually listen to songs back then, these verses was long as shit. But then it started busting down the 16s. 24s, 12s. Niggas do 12s. Some people do 8s now for real.
I know a friend of mine was just talking about
break on it.
A beat that he's got, and he said he wrote a 16, and he was like, hold up. What do I look at? He's like, oh, it's 24. So then he had to write, write more. Right. So,
Niggas don't even know that 8 more. Some people don't even know when they rapping on them slow beats and they rapping fast, it's 32 bars. You writing 32, but it's 16 all together.
Right.
Like they don't even know that. And that's another thing. Like that'd be frustration with doing tracks with people, and you go to the studio with them. Like I be telling people, like, hey, your song ready for me, like, or. Like I don't really want to go waste time unless you band and you got that kind of type of time to sit in there and we do it, whatever. But had that hook ready, send me that beat,
right?
And I see what I do for you, like that other shit, like because niggas don't even know. And then you get in the studio, they can't project it right. The only problem with me is the engineers and the way they record me, my voice. Like I just be like, some people just be like, I'm just be like, yo, that shit, I don't like that.
Right.
And I don't understand how people listen to this shit. Like some people just like, I don't understand how they pay for your studio for real, and people actually listen to these niggas mixtapes and stuff like that. Like, cause I can't bear the sound. I can't play this and turn it up loud in my car. How can you turn it something bad that sound like it might be my ears, but nah. Some people use too much reverb. Like my man used to do that shit when he recorded me, and I told him, yo, it might sound really good on yours, but it's not the shit with mine. Right. Just leave mine like it is, put a little teeny bit on it, and let me go over it, and we good. Like, like that's
because
why
you already, because you know, like I said, because you know what your voice sounds like and what you want your voice to sound like and project on a project.
Yeah.
You know, because like I've heard people when T-Pain started using auto-tune.
Yeah.
And then
I just started using that.
Everybody was using auto-tune.
I just started using that shit for
right. But see, and that's probably a good thing because now people still use it, but not like there was.
Yeah.
You know, because like it was like everybody was using auto-tune. I was like, yo, can we just get a song without auto-tune? Yeah. Because when you get on that stage, you're not gonna have auto-tune.
You ain't gonna have that shit. You ain't gonna sound right like that.
And that's also my test for singers.
Yeah.
I can go back here into the studio and I can sing,
blow,
and they can work it, and I can sing. I can sound like Mariah Carey. put me on the stage. I ain't gonna sound like Mariah Carey.
You hear my voice. I got this song I recorded in my man's studio, and we like it wasn't nobody there to sing. We couldn't get the singer, and at first it was kind of rap. The whole hook was rapping, but then when he heard it, he was like, "Yo, what if you say it like this?" And it was kind of in a singy way. So then I did it. I went over it. Then he came. He did it. He went over it. Then he changed like the voice and shit. And then that shit just sounded crazy. Like the little singer was on it. We like, oh shit. Like, and it worked out. And I'm like, yo, well, who the fuck is gonna sing this shit like that when we get on? Like,
but when you get on stage, you just let that play.
Yeah. I'm like,
now,
yo.
do you rap over your lyrics, or do you like not have your lyrics?
Right now, I rap over my shit. I ain't even gonna lie to you because I ain't prepared. I don't have the preparation space. I don't prepare. I just got back. I just jumped back in it. For real. I wanna do it. I used to do show tracks where it's though the words might be a little bit lowered, or they might come in and out like that, and I'm rapping the whole thing. But now I rap over that shit.
Yeah, because that's another
I know
one.
that's a lot of people don't like that shit.
Yeah, I don't. And I had somebody tell me, well, Rick Ross does it. I said, I don't give a fuck about Rick Ross. Rick Ross got money.
Right.
He can do that shit.
Right.
Like, I'm paying, if I'm paying for a ticket to come and see people perform, I don't want to hear the track louder than what you are on your microphone.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to be able to hear your voice.
Yeah.
I want to be able to hear you, like, you know, if you're really spitting the words. Right. If you really know your words.
Right. And some people, and another thing, some people don't know how I actually rap on the mic either. Because, like, to be
hold
honest.
It down here instead
like,
of up here.
Yeah, like, to be honest, when I do rap over my tracks, you can actually really hear me. Yeah. You can hear me.
Well, you got
like,
that
I'm
deep,
like, yeah,
you got that deep voice.
And I might mess up. I know I'm going to mess up because sometimes I'll be touchy or whatever. I don't try to, but yeah, but I need the practice more. I know what I need to do. I don't do too many shows anymore and stuff like that. But when I get back to it, it's going to be fluid.
Right.
Like, fluid. But, like, a lot of people don't even know how I use the mic. Like,
let me tell you.
You hear the whole track and then you hear them come in.
Last year, I covered Summer Jam for 92Q.
Okay.
And like I come from, like I said, the old school local underground hip hop that you went and you did shows.
Yeah.
You performed, you know, you hit the stage, you did this, you did that. And I've watched these kids go on YouTube and gain fame and gain fans, and they've never hit a stage.
Never hit the stage
they
before.
made videos and put them on YouTube.
Right.
They make songs and they put them on YouTube.
Right.
Okay. But then they get on stage and the track is playing and they just jumping up and down. They not even really rapping. They just jumping up and down partying. And I'm just like, yo, I'm not understanding this. Yeah. And people are passing this.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
like,
I've seen it with my own eyes too.
I'm like, you're not, nobody's teaching them. Like, because the people that are behind them are trying to ride their coattails to get some kind of notoriety themselves.
Right.
So I'm like, you don't even have mentors to say, no, this is how you hold a microphone.
Right.
You want to party and everything, yeah, but you got to spit into this microphone. You got to spit those words.
Right.
And I'm just like, yeah, that's a hot song, and yeah, you got fans, but your stage presence sucks ass.
Yeah.
Who's gonna put you on any major shows?
Yeah. Nobody.
You know, so I mean, like I said, I see it all the time, and that's why I say I come from that old school underground hip hop where you did shows and you performed in front of people and you gained fans that way. You know, yeah, we had social media, but it was that personable kind of thing. You know what I mean? Where people seen you and they heard your words and they seen that you know, I don't like, I blame Rick Ross again for why it's passable to be phony in your raps. You know what I mean? Like, remember back in the day, people would check. They would check like, you know, if Cameron says some shit, or Jewels or Jim Jones says some shit in their raps, and somebody would check them, be like, yo, I don't believe you. You know, they would go up to fucking Harlem and check them. You know what I mean? Then, like I said, when Rick Ross came in and everybody was loving Rick Ross, and then everybody found out that he really was not Rick Ross, and the real Rick Ross was locked up, and this motherfucker used to be a CO, and everybody was like, oh, well.
I'm sure how niggas really thought he was the real Rick Ross at first. Like, damn, you really thought he was the real Rick Ross coming out of jail and rapping?
And then it was like, oh, well, he gave him permission to use.
Now, that, when niggas started doing, when people started doing that, that's when it was like, come on now.
But they giving passes to be able to, oh, well, it's just rap, it's just entertainment. And I'm just like,
Lil Uzi verse.
I'm like, yo.
That's what that, yo, it's crazy.
You know, and just like I was talking about 444, Jay-Z's album that came out, people didn't like it because why? Because Jay-Z had his content had evolved into what he is. You know what I mean? Whereas these were the same people who were saying, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that album, were the same ones who were saying, oh, about the newer generation, oh, well, hip-hop has to evolve. Well, it's okay for the new kids to evolve, but Jay-Z and Eminem can't evolve.
Do something else.
You want them to still be spitting the Blueprint and Slim Shady.
Or you want them,
You still want them to
spit some mumble shit.
Or you know what I mean? Like, you don't want them to be on some grown man shit talking about what they going through right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
that's what hip hop about, is what you going through.
So
it's your story on beat.
Right. So even like, I'm not even mad. I wouldn't be mad. Like, I used to get mad at the kids that would come through my show and they say, oh, I didn't sell my tickets, I didn't this, that, and the third, and then get up on that stage talking about they driving this and they got these jewelries and they got this money. You ain't got you ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. You know, it's that kind of stuff that if you used to do it and
Cash Money started that.
Yeah.
Manny Fresh even said that.
Right.
He said he ain't like the way how he don't think they should have did that bling bling because that's when all the rap went in, especially everything started going that way. They were shining. It was people out there like that.
Yeah, they were renting shit. They were renting, and people actually thought that they had that.
That was their shit, yeah.
And that's
not, it was a facade. Because there's a lot of rappers that I know, like personal people who gave them cars, mansions, houses, stuff like that, money to put in their videos, stuff like that.
Right.
And these are well-known rappers. I never met him, but I know the person whose stuff that is that's in that video. Like, it's just like, that's crazy. Like, and for me to know that, that's why I get so heated with artists who keep letting, when they see that type of shit, and they let it deter them away from keep doing what they doing.
And that's like I tell people all the time, like, as far as music goes, I tell people, you need to be true to yourself.
Yeah.
Be true to the music you want to make. You might think that everybody's listening to the shit that's on the radio, when all actuality, like, okay, artists like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, you really don't hear them too much on the radio because they're doing music that they want to do. David Banner, I met David Banner last year down in New Orleans. And David Banner and Raheem DeVaughn were both talking about how they were blackballed by Sony because basically they did not want to do, they wanted to do what they wanted to do.
Yeah, I like David Banner.
I love David Banner.
David Banner was first something CD, my God. But yeah, who you said before that? You just said somebody, not Raheem DeVaughn, it was somebody else you said.
Kendrick Lamar and
J. Cole. They shit get played on the radio like it ain't nothing now. Not as much as the bullshit that's being played. Of course, I don't listen to the radio either, so not anymore. Yeah, no, that J. Cole shit, like that's what I mean. Like, I think that's what a lot of people be thinking, like, because they don't listen to radio, that they don't get played on that. But I'm gonna say J. Cole and Kendrick, like, because they the top two, to be honest. Because once you come back and you look at the numbers and you look at the people that you thought that was up there, like the Tekashis and everybody else, they not actually the ones who up there. It's the Kendricks and the Coles.
And that's because people fuck with their music.
Yeah.
And like Kendrick's CD KOD that he put out a couple months ago. People, like, I heard people talking about that CD. They weren't understanding the message that he was putting out there. He was rapping like those kids that, you know, they're on the radio, but the words, he was saying words, and he was giving knowledge.
Yeah, that's what they don't understand.
And people are like, he's talking about them, but he's rapping just like them. That's the point.
That's the point. That's what's crazy. And you want to know what's crazy about that is that a lot of my young homeboys, they always was like that. Like, yo, why don't you do, like, to this day they be like, yo, why don't you switch up the way you dress? Like, they want me to wear. I'm not coming out here dressed like y'all, yo. I'm not wearing the bar shit with the tight shit with the potty buzz. I'm not doing all that shit. That's not me. That is a man. That's not me. So I'm not gonna do that. But you just gotta look at. I always been myself. So I'm gonna dress like how I want to dress. I don't look like nobody else.
Right.
I dress like myself. So you can't really say that I'm stuck here. No, I'm not stuck here because I don't dress like you or that person.
Right.
I'm my own person. So that's what you gotta look at it as. But if you listen to my music, I'm rapping to y'all beats. I'm rapping just like y'all. Like, a man told me, I met this dude at a store. The store got my poster sitting at the top of it. And he looked at it and he was like, yo, that's you? I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, that's me. He was like, yo, you got anything on SoundCloud? And I'm like, yeah. He told him, like, GU-TO. He straight got in his car. By the time I went in the store and I came back out, he was pulling off listening to one of my songs I could hear. And then the next time I seen him, he was like, yo, I fuck with your shit. Yo, you pulling these young niggas shit off and making it sound good.
Right.
Like, with the right words. And at first I didn't understood what he said, but then, like, it hit me and I was like, I'm like, that's it. I changed one person's mind. Like, I got one person to actually come to me and say that for real. I'm like, bam, there you go.
Right.
Like,
And that's
it's working.
And that's why I say, like, when you make music that's true to you, not everybody's gonna fuck with your music, but somebody's gonna fuck with it.
Right.
That's the difference. Like, Skip was like, yo, he sent me a song, and I was, yeah, that shit was up. And I was like, and for Skip to say that, because Skip loves music, and he, like, me and him have gone back and forth about certain things. It's like, he'll tell me some of these little these young kids, they got the streets. I don't give a damn about them getting the streets. Yeah. I want these artists that are out here really grinding and putting in the work to do this and doing everything business-wise. Because I studied business and marketing and advertising in college. So business for me is like an important part of everything.
Yeah, and that's basically where I lack at. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, and that's what I keep expressing to my team, some people on my team at the same time. And I say my team because that's what I've been working with and within the last year.
Right.
So that's my team, and that's what we say. But that's what we basically trying to express. Like, that's basically the only route now. Like, we got the music.
Got the music.
What else is it to do? But start investing, putting it in the marketing and get these people to put our shit out there in different regions.
Right.
Like, I just promoted my shit and I sent it to, like, the West Coast. Like, I did it a couple times, but it did it here. It was here. It was like mainly a lot of people in Maryland, maybe Pennsylvania. So I was like, but I didn't get a lot of hits on the video. Right. Like, it was a lot of views on the shit on Instagram, but I wanted hits for the video. So I started sending it to a different region. Like, fuck it, why not? Like, promote it and send it to a different region for real and see if it gains some leeway there or something. Like, I'm just trying to basically get on that. it's time. It's time to stop bluffing. And
I'm gonna play this other song that you sent me before we get up out of here. I gotta take a potty break, but yeah, we're gonna play this song. We're gonna come back. We're gonna give them some more information about your drinks, about where they can find your music, where they can find you. So this is Air Jordan.
Oh, Air Gordon.
Air Gordon.
This Air Gordon. Yeah, this is a little exclusive coming out the EP and shit that I'm gonna drop.
All right.
Yeah, I sent 2 more, but yeah.
That's somewhere in that email.
This the only one. This all the exclusive off the EP.
All right. Well, we're gonna listen to this and we're gonna come back.
64 bars, y'all.
Here we go. All right.
Straight bars.
Border Paparazzi in the Spotlight, Hard Body Radio.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sitting here trying not to pee myself.
Yeah, it's a banger, man.
Yes.
Yes.
Trail niggas overhead, niggas overhead, niggas claim that they the best, don't give a fuck and we don't care. Got it straight up out the mud, so you know that we are good. Throw up 4s all day, bitch I put on for my hood. I throw it up in the air, 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 I throw it up in the air. Gusto, I'm a tidal wave. I've been this shit since diaper stage. Got flow in all kind of ways. Got low eyes and designer shades. New school said it's Johnny Cage. It's a method to it, no Johnny Blaze. Niggas all kind of gay. I'm old school like a Connie May. My whip gang could be Bobby Flay. On the coast, I'm any kind of day. In the kitchen cooking patty pies. Pretty queens, lady mama lady. Fuck drunky, all kinds of lane. They wanna take it back to Obama days. But when it came to the real rich, separated the whites like laundry day. I'm waking them up like it's time to swing on the union night, any time of day. Liberating for the right cause. Uncle Tom's coming for the right of way. The pin in the bag is my right of way. I done rap in the kind of thing. I was born up in the hood, across the street from a line of yeah, up the street from a line of smack, down the street from a diamond eight. There was times that we didn't eat, so we had to rob any given day. Hold up, let me demonstrate. Catch my breath and regenerate. I got a holiday for gold diggers. Call that Robert Givens Day. Catch that like Willie Mays. Tsunami guts, I'm really wings. Come take you a surf, dude. Come up on the real stage. These raps off cheesecake. Eat them up like cheesesteaks. I be running circle round niggas. Do better check with the street plays. Can't trust niggas these days. Keep an eye on it for Pete's sake. If my money short or it be late, then I'm having mad with the sweet steaks. That's my door for my rebate. Drink a with the head beefcake. Don't come out with that briefcase. If you won't be walking in the street safe. Now back to the bars, no haters time. Bounce back, I don't play around. Flow colder than the NHL with a take y'all me get down. Hush up, don't make a sound. I'm a nervous wait, I shake the ground. Fresh up out of the trap spot. Counts of coke, I shake it down. I keep it growing, no laws of all. Niggas thin skin like condo walls. Got a Creole chick that's combo bra. With a pussy up with a combo hard. That's left, right, and an uppercut. Gotta watch the haters cause they undercut. Gotta fuck around with your buttercups. That's what my homies people thunderstruck. Trail niggas over here, niggas over there. Niggas claim that they the best. Don't give a fuck and we don't care. Got it straight up out the mud, so you know that we are good. Throw up 4s all day, bitch I put on for my hood. I throw it up in the air, 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 I throw it up in the air.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's your girl Lisa, the Border Paparazzi, Hard Body Radio in the Spotlight, and that was Air Gordon by Gusto Grove, my guest for this evening. He'll be right back in just a minute, y'all. Yeah. How y'all like them songs that I played tonight? I really think that there's a lot of talent here in Baltimore. A lot of people need to get that shine. And yeah. Yeah, it just went off.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, I think there's a lot of talent in this city. I really do. A lot of people. So tell the people about your drinks here.
Oh yeah, I got the drinks on that. Look, I make my own mix. We do our own little mix, you feel me? Little fun flavors we make for people, but it gets you fucked up. And it's 1 liters. They not half paint or paint jars, so they 15, 2 for 25. You feel me? Got like Patron candy, strawberry lemonade, Patron, Strong Island. I make that with real iced tea. That tastes like KK's joint.
Okay.
They used to do powder and sugar. That's what they used to use. They don't do that boil and shit. I hate that boil when people boil tea and shit like that.
That's how I make my tea.
A lot of people make that shit like that.
But I make Southern tea.
I
make Southern tea, so it's like
sweet
diabetes.
Yeah. I got the strawberry honey and I got the lemonade mixture joint. I ain't got no look juices with me, but yeah. These motherfuckers flavorful. Some of them got the fruit in it. Then it should be in the fruit, yo.
Let me tell you, I
use fresh fruit.
I made the mistake one night. The guy I used to talk to when I lived on the Eastern Shore had me come and get him one night. He was drunk. He was like, "Oh, come get me, da. So I went and got him. Now, mind you, I was not old enough to be in the bar.
Okay.
I was 20. I wasn't 21 yet. Yeah. So I'm in the bar, and the guy was like, "I need to see your ID." And I was like, "I'm not drinking. I'm just a designated driver. Like, he can't drive."
Right.
And he wanted to come here. And luckily, a couple that I used to babysit for was in the bar. It's like, she's 21. She's 21. She's the babysit for, vouching for me. So next thing I know, cherry bombs, which are maraschino cherries soaked in grain alcohol. I ate like 3 of them. I'm a designated driver. That fruit will fuck you up. Yeah. And that shit's sitting in all that.
That's sitting,
So, they look good as shit, y'all. I'm telling you right now. You need to hit up Gusto Grove and say, hey.
Yeah, hit me up. Gusto at Gusto Zone 16 on IG. Or hit me up, Twitter, Gusto Zone 16. It's Gusto Zone 16 and everything, because I am Zone 16. Straight up, I started that shit. I love how the whole city used zone and shit. Don't even know who actually really saying that shit.
Right.
Like, that's what's crazy. And I be tripping all that shit. Like,
because there's a group called Division, and they Zone 17.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like,
a lot of dudes from Zone 17. Shout out them. Shout out my nigga Yellow Boy Gone Wild.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of talent in this city.
It is.
It really is. So let everybody know where they can find.
You can find me on Instagram at Zone 16 Gusto or Gusto Zone 16. Everything is that. It's nothing else. You look that up. You Google me. I'll pop right up. Gusto Zone 16, all one word, or you could type in Zone 16 Gusto. One word. You can check me out on Spinrilla. I got 2 joints on there. Gusto. Don't forget the $ Grove. GU$TO Grove. You feel me? I got LGTB, which just dropped July 4th. Let me get that beat. 17 joints, only 3 features from the Coalition. Meech, Talk, and Spence. Then I got Cruddy Buddy Volume 1 on there. You feel me? Also, I'm on SoundCloud. GU-TO, because they don't let you use the $ for shit. So it's GU-TO, SoundCloud.com/GU-TO. Videos, Gusto Grove on YouTube. Don't forget the $, or you can look them up without the $, GUSTO, GROVE, or you can look up Gusto Zone 16, all one word, shit pop up. Like I said, Google me. Yeah, Free my nigga Meat. Shout out the Coalition, you feel me? Shout out my nigga Big Talk Spence. Shout out my nigga Eastwood, Jaco. Shout out my nigga Dolnick, you feel me? Shout out my nigga Guap, Designer Gang. My nigga Tom. Shout out East, West, North. Shout out my North niggas. C-Note. What's up, C-Note in fucking Eastwood, man? Yeah, my North niggas. And that's what's crazy. Everybody always say, yo, North Baltimore. That's North Baltimore, nigga. They from the North. You feel me? York Road.
That's where I live up there.
Yeah, North. That's
I live on Harwood, which is
and all that. Yeah.
I live on Harwood, which is right there where the Wendy's is.
Okay.
That's where I live at right now. Hopefully not for long, because I got a bullet ricochet.
Yeah, it's wicked up there too. That's why I keep telling niggas like the whole Baltimore. It's in North Baltimore too, and that bitch wicked. That bitch real wicked.
They was having a shootout. This was like the third one in 8 months, and I heard them that night.
Oh. Yo, you ain't lit, yo. Hey man, I know you hear me knocking.
Oh, he gonna give me tickets. Like they ain't been giving tickets out here. Look, he trying to get the hell up out. Did he give him a ticket? Did he give him a ticket? He ain't give that Audi a ticket, did he? The Audi's parked way past that damn sign. They ain't been giving tickets out around here. He got issues. I don't know.
Hey y'all some hoes. Well, you said somebody complained. Man, that's some bullshit.
Somebody complained.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Fucking $32 a ticket, y'all.
Damn, who the fuck complained? Ain't nobody gonna complain. We right here.
It's cool. It ain't cool. Fuck it.
They
Where was I at? I was saying,
shouting out everybody.
Oh yeah, shouting out everybody. Yeah, my North. I was talking about the North niggas for real.
Man,
The North niggas
oh
for
yeah,
real.
I was talking about they shot my car.
Yeah.
They shot my. They was having a shootout. This last one, it was like 11:30 at night, and I heard the shots because they woke me up.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I looked outside, there wasn't nobody out there. So I laid and went back to bed.
That's crazy.
Next morning, I'm on the phone talking. I go to get on the car. The fuck? I got
Yeah, that's crazy.
right there. And then on my door, the black pieces on my door. Because I come outside and look at my neighbor, I see she had a flat tire. I was like, well, shit, my neighbor got a flat tire. I wonder if she knows. She comes outside after I seen the bullet, the bullet ricochet. Because it's a big, like this. Like it almost went through the windshield. And she was like, girl, they got my car. They shot her tire, her bumper. They shot through her windshield. And the guy that was hiding by her car, I guess he shot her car. So I was like, so she had called the police to report it. The cop gonna come. I said, well, I heard it. It was like 11:30 when I heard I got up out of bed. He was like, well, did you call the police? I said, for what? There was nobody out here. There was nobody laying dead in no street. What the fuck was I gonna call y'all for?
Right.
So yeah.
That's crazy.
What?
Yeah,
I thought I saw him walk out. I believe that's why
He did leave because they got a ticket.
That's
He
why I ran
said
out with shit.
they said somebody complained.
Somebody complained. That's what
somebody
he
complained about it.
Who complained about it?
I didn't know that was a no style because I wanted to park right there.
Hey, lock me park right there.
That's crazy.
That's good.
But
That's like a strawberry honey though.
yeah, but. So yeah, look, he got to sell y'all. See, y'all need to come up off of
Oh
it.
yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, anything with Henny,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretty much get that.
Yeah.
I was fucked up off of them damn jar drinks from G10.
Right
and then
we're gonna do live taste test right here.
Oh, Lord.
Live taste test. Oh, this one just got done. That's motherfucker that cool.
Oh, refreshing, fucking. I think that, yeah, the real fruits in there, man. They don't give you that. Don't give you that shit you need in your body, I mean, but you can still drink them. It's like it's healthy, but it's still like bad too. It's like, you know, you get your good shit, but you know, you get the
I
both
can't.
sides, yeah.
But yeah, and I was fucked up off them jar drinks at G10. I had to come and do my show.
Damn.
He gonna give me. He's like, want a shot of Henny? I was like, always with the Henny. Always.
Yeah, you already know.
Yes, sir.
I know.
Like this.
I know.
Show my kids to drink this shit. Don't drink that. Don't drink that junk. Don't drink it.
Yeah, my kids know, so I be in there. Yeah, they know because they see me making this shit.
Right.
Like, y'all
It's a little bad in there. I'm about to get this shit down here. My kids are like, a little bad.
You can't leave it down here. Motherfuckers will drink your shit.
Like, yo, what the fuck is that in there? I ain't even lit.
What that noise out there? That's nothing.
That
On
bitch
that
lit.
bitch that's still slime on the floor today.
Did he
Slime
pull
on my
up
car.
right there? Yeah, or if he pulled up like, yeah, he did. He pulling up. It was a horror.
Yo, that nigga's on some foul shit like that.
Right. I've never seen him before.
It's fucking draining, you know?
Right. He gonna say somebody complained. Ain't nobody fucking complained. It wasn't like you was parked over there like that one vehicle was in the bus lane. But he didn't get a call.
Nah, shorty cat, this shorty cat. She like, yeah. Shut the door, police.
There goes 3D cheating on me again. 3D cheating on me again.
Cool as shit.
But yeah, so y'all check him out. Like I said, I love when motherfuckers say, Google me.
Yeah.
I love it because that means you've been doing something to get your name up on Google.
Yeah, I kind of proud of that because I don't never had shit. And then it was just me keep working.
Right.
That's all it was, me keep working. That way, if you really can't find me what you looking for, you just gotta Google what everybody else do.
Right.
Put it, type it in Google and find what they need.
Yo, I hate when motherfuckers ask a question on Facebook and I'll be like, why can't you Google that shit? I did. That's
I
what
just know you
happened.
want to interact with other motherfuckers because you can straight just Google the shit.
Hell yeah. So, so you dropped the project, you said July 4th?
Yeah, I dropped that July 4th. That's Let Me Get That Beat.
All right. Are you working?
LGTB.
And you working on anything?
Yeah, I got an EP that I'm working on. I'm actually 3 songs away from being done that.
Oh, okay.
And I got Cruddy. I'm trying to drop Cruddy Buddy 2, probably like 4 songs into that. I'm trying to get, and me and Meech got a joint. We probably about like 7 songs into that.
All right.
So like I'm just working. Then with the coalition, I guess we're gonna get together when we finish up our projects, whatever, and do what we need to do for real. But it's basically just trying to get this shit going for real. Once that money done, we get this marketing going, get this marketing branding, so we can get everything going, get this boat on the road, and start hitting these streets, hitting these clubs up and out of these other towns, and getting our music out there. Cause I know they gonna fuck with this shit. Like it's not just like. I don't like to hang around people, yes man. I don't like that shit. Any yes man I start saying, I will not bring you to the studio no more. I really won't even bring you around and listen to my music. If you listen to my music, you listen to it. But I don't like that shit because that shit could be phony, and then you got me thinking that shit hard, and I go to play with somebody else, and motherfucker looking like, nah, yo, try again. Like, so, nah, tell me the truth. Like, yo, you could do this on that. Because I'm going to tell you the same shit. Yo, my nigga, nah, you can do better on that. Or do that shit over. That's why I like who I'm recording with now. Because that's that notoriety that we have with each other. That camaraderie for real. It's like, yo, I ain't going to let you step out that booth with your shit sounding like shit. Or you ain't doing it right.
Right.
Shit, if you ain't get it back together, you know why, yo, fuck that. Do the next song or whatever. Come back to that shit and get it right. That's what I like. That's why that CD sound crisp. Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention, it's hosted by my man David Butler. Dave Butler. Check him out, comedian and shit. Hella views, over 1 million views.
I think I heard his name just recently.
Dave Butler. You know the dude, you seen the video of the dude heckled the girl was heckling him when he was on stage and he started getting in her ass. For real, that was yo, for real.
No, but I remember that name sounds familiar.
That's who hosting a comedian.
Well, that's
and shit.
what's up.
So,
it sounds like you pretty much got things like flowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I got people like a couple like drops for real, like from rappers, people, other radio stations or whatever on YouTube.
That's what's up, though.
People try and copy that now and shit. Like, I always do shit if people copy it. It just be like funny to me. Like, damn, like that's what's up. Like, but just know where it came from.
Right. Look, trust me.
Just let it know where it came from.
I
Because
know
it was hard. Because I put it together. That's all I want a person to do, yo. Just give me the chance to listen to my shit from top to bottom. And then just be like, yo, if you don't like it, you don't like it. You love it, you love it. Like, I don't put together, if I put out the project is actually to be listened from top to bottom.
Right.
That's how you gotta listen to it. Especially this one. This one, like, non-stop. Like, it don't skip. It just straight rolls straight through. So, that's how I did it. 17 songs. It ain't even that long, for real. I mean, it's long enough, but it's not. Whereas though, you know, you get to a certain song, you're like, God damn, it's too many songs. 17 songs. No, it keep rolling.
Right.
That's the one thing I like.
That's what's up, though. I thank you for coming on.
Shit, I appreciate you. Shit, I appreciate you.
Like I said, you know, I as soon as you hit me up, I gave you a date, and you was like, "Yep, that'll work."
Yeah.
So, like I said,
So I know if I had to work or not, it was on a Saturday. I don't work on Saturday, so it was like, yeah, I'm here.
Well, at that point, I think at that time when I made it, I didn't work on Saturdays either because I just went back to work.
Right.
But I like my hotel discount, so I will work. I will work. So I thank everybody for tuning in, and everybody that's going to tune in and watch it on YouTube or even on Facebook Live. Make sure you check out Gusto Grove on all social media, Spinrilla. Like I said, just Google them and it'll pull it up. I'm like that's what I love to do. Like if I can Google your name, that's important. So next week I got Judah Priest, who is Wu-Tang affiliate, Brooklyn Zoo Bullies. He actually hit me up and was like, "What day you got available?" I was like, "Yes." So I will have Mr. Judah Priest sitting here next week. We'll be sitting here chit-chatting and talking and laughing. We had a good time at the very first Woo Wednesday down at Charm, Baltimore. Had a nice little conversation. There's the picture of me talking and he's just smiling. I must have been saying something funny. I don't know. So make sure you tune in next Saturday, 6 to 8, 8-ish, sometimes 9, all depends. Check out Hard Body Radio on Facebook.
Hard Body.
Check out Baltimore Paparazzi on Facebook.
Paparazzi.
Yeah. Yay! So,
Don't nobody steal my fucking ad lib neither. Yay! Don't nobody got that.
You know somebody going to because they steal everything. So, like I said, y'all be safe. If you're in and around Maryland, we're gonna have to build an ark soon because it's gonna rain until Thursday.
God damn.
Right. So
with that man, lace them boots up, lay that cock back. You're
So I'm getting ready to get out of here. I'm gonna go home. I gotta work in the morning, and it's gonna be a hell of a day because all them badass kids is checking out the hotel.
Yeah.
With their nasty rooms. So I'm gonna end this with a Team Cremate song. It's one of my favorite songs by my man Rebel.
Shout out Team Cremate. I fuck with Rebel. Rebel fucked my shit. I met Rebel from fucking Bilal and shit, and I gave him a CD. I think he bought that bitch. That's what's crazy, yo. I don't think I was giving out CDs, but yo bought that bitch. I gave it to him. Yeah, he straight pulled off bucking it. Came back like, yo, I fuck with that. So yeah, shout out cuz.
Yeah.
Like that's the type of shit I be talking about. Like, yo, give a nigga a chance, yo. You ain't even, you feel me? Like, Just give a person a chance. Shout out Team Cream Aid, y'all.
So I will catch y'all next week. Y'all be safe.
All right, okay.
He did this. This is called It's My Poison. He did My Prerogative and then Poison. Yo, I'm tired.
A young and do what he want, but you ain't know that. That's why I catch your body and killing them on a throwback. Whoever thought the new generation